radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, home of smoke-free slots and the highest payout percentage in the area. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, more spins, more wins, more fun. Lots to talk about here on this Monday following the Green Bay Packers' loss to the Chicago Bears at Soldier Field on Saturday night. 22-16 in overtime. The Bears prevail over the Packers, putting Chicago in the driver's seat for the NFC North title and still a chance at the number one seed in the conference. Jordan Love had to exit the game late in the first half with a concussion. He remains in the protocol. Malik Willis finished the game as the Packers quarterback. The Packers, despite losing Jordan Love and all the injuries that they were battling all week, had a 16-6 lead with 3 minutes left to play in regulation. Of course, we know the Bears recovered that onside kick that ultimately propelled them in front for the win. Plenty to talk about coming up all day, including on Wilde and Tausch, starting next, 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com. Three-time Wisconsin Sports Writer of the Year, Jason Wilde.
There aren't any Jasons 12 and under. That's a dead name.
Packers Hall of Famer, Mark Tauscher.
How many kids do you hear, hey, Marky? It might be almost to the point of Ruth.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio.
You love that name so much, you don't even go by it.
On 100.5 ESPN.
If you call me Mark, I'm fine. I like my name. I like my name a lot.
The ESPN Wisconsin app.
Wilde and Tausch.
And ESPN Madison on YouTube.
It's Wilde and Tausch, isn't it?
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
It is the Monday edition. The holiday week. Christmas is a-coming and there won't be shows later. But we've got one today to talk about that loser of a game edition. The Aaron Rodgers, if you're a Packers fan, Aaron Rodgers, thank you for your service. You and the Steelers. Because now all that has to happen is that the Packers win one of their last two games, or the Lions lose one of their last two games, and the Packers are in the playoffs. Probably is the number 7 seed for the third consecutive year edition. And the Jordan Love's in the concussion protocol. Malik Willis has a shoulder injury. We don't know much about Clayton Tune other than he's got a fun name. But we did learn who the two emergency quarterbacks are on game day if something were to befall both Love and Willis in a game. We'll tell you who they are. Edition of Wilde and Tausch on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee, 100.5 ESPN Madison, 1430 ESPN Beaver Dam, ESPNWisconsin.com, the ESPN app, your Alexa smart speaker, streaming live video, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. And, of course, everything you need on the all-new, all-redesigned, all-free, and all-customizable ESPN Wisconsin app, where you can find that both in the Apple and Android app stores. I'm Jason Wilde in Green Bay. Jesse J. Nelson, the pride of Muskego, is in the Everlight Solar ESPN Madison studios. And from a disclosed location, the Gruber Lofts' One Call That's All studios, at the Avenue in the 3rd Street Market Hall in downtown Milwaukee. He is the Packers Hall of Famer. He's Mark Tauscher. Tausch, good morning. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic this morning, Jason. How are you?
Well, you look great. It's great to see you. I'm
Can
fine.
you see me or not?
No, I can't. But
No, I mean,
we'll
you
see
can?
eventually.
You
no, I
can't.
cannot.
Oh.
Not at this point.
Well,
I'm just looking
if and when we get it, I have a new shirt on today with Professor Patches. I'm really curious to see what you think.
That sounds like
So
a
let me know when that
Hey,
video
Professor
pops up.
Patches, how you doing today? All right. Wait, is this a new shirt or is this a continuation of the Eleanor?
Brand new.
Dad, you have
No,
all
it's
these
brand new
shirts.
shirt.
You got to wear them.
Yeah, no, it's a brand new shirt that I had found, and it's probably 15 years old. So, but it's new. It's never been worn. I had to take
New
all
to-
the
new to
tags
you.
off.
This would
this
be a
morning.
much better topic if we could actually see you.
That's fair. But we'll work on
Well,
that.
We're
Hey,
getting it going. I tell you what, BD. I'm going to tell you this now. I'm down here in Milwaukee. Brian D., our fearless leader down here in Milwaukee. I don't ask any questions. I show up to say good morning. He hands me a complete stack of every live read you could imagine, printed hard copy, a show sheet, a menu for lunch that I can go get lunch afterwards. That's what Brian D. did this morning. 9:01.
VIP service, brother.
He's really good, man.
I mean-
that's why he's kind of, worked his way up
It's-
the ladder
I
pretty
legit
high.
was wondering, just wait, who is this? What is this? What a producer does? That was legit my question, and that's just what.
Well, if you came into
not
the
saying
studio
I'm not
more
saying
often, I
either
would
way
have
is
more
right or
chances
wrong.
to hand you things. I hand you
Gel,
stuff every time.
hey, don't
you
get
come
why
in.
doesn't Sarah hand you
Don't
stuff?
get defensive.
I feel
Hey,
like I'm
don't
being
get
attacked
defensive
with
now.
this commentary, and the only
No!
thing
I
only thing I don't hand you
I
is a
am not
menu
needing
every
this.
day.
I don't need that, so that's probably good. I wasn't taking a shot at you. I'm just telling you what Brian was doing. That's all. Don't be so sensitive.
Maybe you should have worked on getting your camera up and running instead of printing all this stuff off for you.
Okay.
That's fair feedback.
Actually,
Fair feedback.
That's Jesse kicking. All right, fair enough. Couple of questions for you before we delve into the Saturday night debacle or the gut punch or however you want to put it.
Yeah.
Let's say you have these two options as your son or daughter are playing in a high school hockey game that you're going to watch the game. Do you watch the game, but it's only in Spanish, and obviously I don't speak Spanish, or do you listen to the game
Only
on the
in better
radio
Portuguese.
in English? No, if it was Portuguese, I would have been fine. Which of those two options would you go with as you're trying to watch a hockey game as well?
I got to say, for me, because I've done this for a road Packers game when Sid would be playing in a soccer game.
Spanish only?
No, I go headphones and listen to the broadcast. And with the Sirius XM app, I could listen to the broadcast on my headphones, watch the game. Because if you're trying to watch the game, you're watching the game. You're not watching Max scoring goals and stuff.
Yeah, but there's shifts. And you can, these plays are 4 seconds, and then you can hear the commentary and not understand it because it's in Espanol. But
Muy bien.
it was just something that I kind of thought of, and Eleanor actually asked that question of me, and I said, that's a great question. I would agree with you. The radio is the way to go.
So is that what you did?
I concur. No, I watched it.
Okay.
And I found a way to get the Espanol button off and figured out the English version of it, and so it all worked itself out pretty well. By the way, Brady has gotten really good. He was awesome.
That's not what I heard. I heard that he had taken a step back.
No, they're wrong. He's gotten markedly better. Whoever told you that doesn't know ball.
Okay. I think there might have been somebody who knew ball, but not the ball knowing weekend guy like you.
No.
Okay, so more importantly, how'd Max play? I was just reading a story that Max was prominently mentioned in after a big dub.
He's doing fine. He's
doing good?
They're doing all right.
Good.
Yeah, they're doing
Glad
good.
to hear it. Glad to hear it. And have you learned how to skate?
So no. So here's a couple of things, and I did the post game with Strophe Saturday night.
Indeed.
Different vibe with Strophe in comparison to Homer.
How
It's just
so?
a different show. Strophe's more of a fan, I feel like, and Homer's more of a, Homer's just going to have a strong opinion and run with it right from the jump.
Sure.
But I felt like from my end, as I had a couple people getting after me, that I wasn't upset enough. I had one of the guys, he's a avid texter and tweeter, basically said I wasn't mad enough. And my point was yes, I was kind of in shock of how that played out and how eerily similar it was to the Seahawks game in the championship, the way it played. Not obviously the same amount of errors that occurred.
Some similarities for sure.
The Green Bay Packers dominated that game for about 56 or 57 minutes. 56, 57. But the bottom line, and I thought one of my better lines, I don't know if we clipped it, I hope we did,
I thought one of my better
was that this
lines.
isn't the Olympics. This isn't a Russian judge giving a crazy score. Like, the scoreboard is the scoreboard. And you can win all these things and you can have all this, but if you don't win, nobody remembers any of it, because there were so many great storylines from Saturday. Malik Willis, the defense rising up without its star player, all of these things, and all of it's for naught. Like, we'll talk a little bit about it, but everybody's just going to remember the bumbled onside kick, the bumbled snap, and the one-on-one coverage, Keyshawn getting beat a couple times. That's what people are going to remember from this game, and the fact that it more than likely cost the Green Bay Packers the division. That's what people are going to remember from Saturday. And that's a shame, because what Malik Willis did was awesome. What that defense was able to do was, I thought, really impressive from Jeff Hafley, and I thought Matt LaFleur was fantastic for the vast majority of that game. And none of that is going to be any part of a storyline moving forward from what we saw.
Yeah, there were too many people that were awesome until they weren't, right? Romeo Doubs caught everything thrown his direction. Phenomenal touchdown. Caught the 4 balls in the first quarter alone after the previous 2 games having like 2 catches. Malik Willis was magnificent until the 3rd down run that was not productive, and then the 4th down fumble on the snap, which he took full responsibility for. The defense was great until it wasn't. Too much of that, and that's how you end up leaving Chicago a 22-16 loser to the Bears. And boy, were the Bears loving every minute of that, and so were their fans. Whew, that was a lot. So you weren't angry or frustrated or disappointed enough, per some reports. Why weren't you more frustrated, disappointed, or angry than you were?
No, I wasn't angry. I was disappointed and I was frustrated that the game ended the way it did, because I'm sure, as you do, you write your article, you kind of have ideas on what you're thinking, and as
I had a
Packer
really
games
good
are finishing
story.
up, I have my mind, or I kind of have my mindset, thinking about what my opening statement will look like and what the motif of that is, and it was going to be, we're kings of the North again. And then obviously we're not, and we're not yet, and I don't know if we will be. And how that all played itself out was unbelievable to watch. Like, because the Bears bungled the end of the 2-minute. They don't kick the field goal until after, and they don't have to. So you could make an argument that their kicker won them the game by being late and not doing it. They wouldn't have probably not onside kicked if they got it in before the 2-minute warning.
Right?
So that
Good point.
series of events kicked it off. So I guess it was just right at that point. I'm still not to. I guess for as much as I wanted them to have an opportunity to be the 1 seed and have this go, I don't think anyone here has any fear of going back to Chicago and beating that team. I don't think, and that is more than likely, depending on how San Fran plays tonight and how they play against the Bears next week. That's how this is going to end up shaking itself out, and we'll see. I felt I felt pretty good about everything that happened, obviously, except for the last 4 minutes of the game.
Yeah, that was a problem. The overtime, obviously, with the fumble and then the touchdown pass, 46 yards, Caleb Williams to DJ Moore, which was a hell of a throw and a catch. Like, for those that have looked at Williams and said, he's not very good, he had some really good moments. And the Homer rule, which he's had in place for decades, about you judge young players not on what they do when they do it poorly, but when they do things well. He had some great moments. I mean, he was really good. The Packers' defense without Micah Parsons, really good until it wasn't. Like I said, didn't manage to corral him in the most critical times, which was a problem, obviously. Obviously, they didn't have any sacks without Micah Parsons, but Micah Parsons didn't have a sack in the first Bears game at Lambeau Field either. He is a challenging quarterback to handle when it comes to that. Nevertheless, one of the reasons why maybe you're not as downtrodden is because Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers went into Detroit and beat the Lions. And now the Packers win and they're in. They got to win one game. They're probably going to be the 7th seed
they're in
for the 3rd straight year.
Hey, they're going to be in the playoffs. I told you, we've kind of had this discussion.
Yeah, I understand. But they still have to do it.
I understand. Yeah, but it's no, I get that. Detroit's done.
Okay.
Detroit, I think we about knocked them out with the Thanksgiving game, and then they lost. They just this is not their year, and this shows you, for everybody that is kind of frustrated that we haven't won a championship in 15 years. The Detroit Lions are healthier than they were last year. The Detroit Lions show how difficult it is to sustain success.
Mm-hmm.
They are built for winning right now. They should be in the peak of their window with this group, and they're going to go a year without even making the playoffs. In the peak without a ton of injuries this year. Now they're going to tell you everybody's got injuries, but their key guys, they're playing. Their secondary's beat up. I have to give Rodgers a ton of credit. I thought this Steelers thing was dead.
You did.
Everybody did.
Mm-hmm.
And he has found a way, and he's kept that group together, and Mike Tomlin. Now, do I think that they can go and win enough to get to a Super Bowl? I don't, but I did not think they'd go into Detroit yesterday and win a game either, and they did.
Mm-hmm.
And they put the Bears in the playoffs, and now, unfortunately, I think for us, we looked at it and said the Packers are going to need to win 2, the Bears need to lose 2. Detroit has shown that even when there's nothing on the line, they are going to go for it. But I think that task got immeasurably more difficult because of yesterday's result.
If the playoffs began today, the Packers at 9-5-1 would be in as the 7 seed. The rest of the playoff teams as of now, and I believe everyone except the Packers and whoever wins the NFC South has secured a playoff berth. Seattle, Chicago, Philadelphia would be the top 3 seeds. The Rams and the 49ers, who've also secured their playoff berths, would be the first and second wild cards. Right now, Carolina leads the NFC South, and the Packers are in the 7th spot. As we mentioned, the Lions fall to 8-7 with yesterday's loss. They lose another game, or the Packers win another game, and the Packers will have that 7 seed. And it's San Francisco plays tonight. I suppose there's an outside chance that the Packers could move up a spot. But as of now, again, if the playoffs began today, the Packers would be going to Chicago to play the 2nd-seeded Bears in a wild card game. And I am Team Tausch all the way on that. I don't think they left there thinking these guys are better than us. I think they left there saying, well, they wouldn't say it publicly because they're not putting bulletin board material up. The Bears didn't win the game. We lost the game. And that's really how it felt, I think, in that locker room, Tausch. And you probably had games like that where you say all the right things. Hey, give the Bears credit. They made the plays.
Yep, that sounds great. but it sounds whiny too. And I think guys should feel that, but yeah, not talk because
Correct.
talk is cheap.
No doubt.
It takes money to buy whiskey. So all of that is great, but there is no doubt in my mind that everybody involved feels great about going back down there. If that's what has to happen, I don't think there's anybody, and I think Bears fans don't want to see that because they want to bask in this for as long as they can. And by the way, I'm guessing, I don't know if are the Bears and Eagles tied right now, or the Eagles a game behind them?
The Eagles are a game behind them. The Bears are 11-4. The Eagles are 10-5. And don't forget, too, the Bears own the head-to-head tiebreaker. I had never heard that. It's going to be
Chicago, Green Bay, baby. Let's go. Sign me up. I'm in.
It takes money to buy whiskey. It also takes money to buy Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, but they've got great interest financing and opportunities to replace all your windows and do it in an inexpensive manner.
No doubt about it. Ensure your home remains comfortable before we reach the brutal post-holiday winter. And you know what? Santa Claus is magical, but his elves aren't qualified to build Pella's windows and doors. There's just too many options and customizations. So instead of going through the big red guy, take advantage of this great deal from Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. 0 interest for 24 months. Certain restrictions do apply. This offer ends at the end of the month. Visit PellaWI.com today to learn more.
We will talk more about the Packers' 22-16 overtime loss to the Bears, what went right, what went wrong, and we will get your calls. I understand you had a day to kind of mull it over because it was a Saturday night game, but I am very curious the frustration level for Packers fans. I can tell you this. There are more than a few on the social media channels that wanted there to be a confrontation with Matt LaFleur about Rich Bisaccia's job security. We'll get into that as well. That's all still ahead. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here, wishing you and your loved ones a happy holiday season from Grassland Dairy. Well, as you gather with friends and family to celebrate the season, remember that no holiday spread is complete without the pure and delicious taste of Grassland butter on your table. For toast, pancakes, dinner rolls, and everything in between, Grassland butter is the gift that keeps on giving. Grassland Dairy, again, extends a huge thank you to all of the hardworking dairy farmers across the state of Wisconsin. Without them producing such high-quality ingredients, Grassland would not be able to deliver that pure and delicious flavor on your table that we've all come to know and love. Thank you, farmers, and thank you, Wisconsin, from Grassland Dairy. Butter better with better butter. Since 1904, there's no better product and no better taste than Grassland butter. Happy holidays from Grassland Dairy, crafting butter for 5 generations.
The Packers lose to the Bears.
Too many errors in critical moments. They got us beat.
Did the NFC North crown slip away? Continue reacting next on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right. And naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything. From the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
The holidays can stir up a lot. Stress, loneliness, even pressure to drink or use. If you're feeling anxious, depressed, or just finding it harder to cope, you don't have to wait for things to get worse. Hazelden Betty Ford offers treatment and counseling that fits your life and your needs. Call 1-855-489-2383 or visit hazeldenbettyford.org. Change starts when you do, and you're closer to feeling better than you think. Sponsored by Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation.
I knew that we were going to be getting engaged soon and needed to do some ring shopping. Heard the radio ads of Chalmers and decided, hey, we should give it a shot at Chalmers.
They were just awesome at accepting us through the door and understanding what she wanted in terms of how she wanted it, and they delivered.
Everybody always is telling me how sparkly my ring is. They tell me that they really like the style of the ring and the setting that it's in. I am ecstatic with it.
Thank you, Chalmers.
ESPN Madison and Zimbrick Honda are celebrating the area's best local sports stories with the Game Changers of the Month. Follow ESPN Madison on social media to see the teams recognized for making a positive impact in the community. It's the Game Changers of the Month, presented by Zimbrick Honda.
'Tis the season to be planning your holiday events. Whether it's a party for 10 or 10,000, Celebrations has the sound, video, lighting, special effects, and custom-themed decor to make it the best party ever. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With us on your team, your holiday or New Year's party will be easy to plan and super fun to attend. DJs, casino games, lighting, and photo booths are just the beginning at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Right now, you can get 40% off your Iron Jock gear. Use code CHRISTMAS40. That's Christmas40 for 40% off your order. Shop now at ironjock.com.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Crazy. It's now the second time, at least in my career, where we've lost a game where we haven't punted, and it just so happens it's happened twice this season. So it's unfortunate, but obviously we didn't do enough in the red area. You know, can't have a takeaway there or a turnover there. We had a couple blown calls in regards to just the play calls and the execution of those, and you can't waste plays down there. They're so critical, everyone, and you know we weren't good enough.
No, Matt, you weren't. Packers lose 22-16, 0 for 5 in the red zone. 3 field goals, a Josh Jacobs fumble, and a fourth down failure on the opening series on a 4th and 1 pass to Christian Watson from Jordan Love before he suffers a concussion and is knocked out of the game. We'll get to your calls coming up. 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Want to remind you, though, before that, Lakeland Supply has been a great partner of ours. We're so happy to have them on our team. And they have those core values that are an important piece to any successful business. And Lakeland Supply is no different than those other businesses, except for the unbelievable work they do in the industrial supply space. Integrity, excellence, stewardship, partnership, and faith. They've been showing those core values for over 40 years. They're ISO certified, a Future 50 winner, top rated in customer satisfaction, and they believe in giving back to the community. Lakeland isn't one of those catalog companies either. They work to be your packaging and supply expert, building plans around what you want. They're in business to make your business better. So set up a free packaging and supply chain assessment at lakelandsupply.com. Tausch, we'll get into special teams, gaffes, and this, that, and the next thing. I'm sure we'll get plenty of calls on that on the Carbless Talk and text line, 844-770-3776. The red zone blues were obviously a major problem. The fumble onside kick by Romeo Dobbs, a major problem. The play that I am thinking has gotten less attention than it should, to your point about the job that Jeff Hafley did, is the game-tying touchdown. It's 4th down. They go 0 blitz. They have a free runner.
They did that back-to-back plays, right?
I don't remember. Off the top of my head, I don't remember what happened on 3rd down. But I do know on 4th down that Brenton Cox is, as Dom Capers used to say, coming flat free and there is nobody covering Jade Walker, and I don't know if that's supposed to be Keyshawn Nixon's guy or it's supposed to be Nate Hobbs' guy, and Nate Hobbs stepped in when reporters wanted to talk to Keyshawn Nixon in the visitors' locker room and said he wasn't doing media, even though I think Keyshawn was perfectly ready to speak. So, and Matt LaFleur would not explain what the miscommunication was. But that feels like one of those plays that when so many other things go wrong.
Nate Hobbs was the spokesman. Does that mean that Keyshawn screwed up? Because Nate Hobbs is going to take accountability if he's going to talk.
No, he
what is Nate
take
Hobbs
accountability
doing?
either.
Why is he telling Keyshawn not to?
I don't know. He stepped in front of Keyshawn Nixon at his locker. I was at LaFleur at the time. Stepped in front of him and said, he's not doing media today, and stood there until everyone left, apparently.
It's not how this works.
It is not, and I was not a huge fan of him before, but when I was told that story, I became even less of a fan. He is very physical, especially in that game against the Cardinals. But look, that play, you get the stop there. That's another example, and this is why people have flashbacks to the 2014 NFC Championship game. The stakes weren't nearly as high, obviously, but it was like you could pick 9 different moments in that game where if one thing the Packers do right, they win the game. This one is probably 5-6, maybe 6-7, but it's the same feeling. And that, it just feels to me, tell me if I'm wrong, that play is one of the ones that just has not been focused on. You win it in regulation. If you get the stop there.
Well, so there's always going to be plays, and that was a playoff game, in essence, on Saturday. Mm-hmm. In playoff games, there's a series of plays that will dictate, and then other plays can happen. If you recover the onside kick, the game's over and none of it. So,
right.
Much like you can dissect all of the plays back in any really critical, tough loss, you can look at things and say, well, if this, but things happen and things change. You play the game a little differently if you're behind. You recover the onside kick. Nobody recovers onside kicks anymore. So they've made it almost impossible. The Bears did, to their credit, and then they went down and made those plays. But what I said Saturday, and for everybody, this is another great reminder why you go out and get Micah. When you have to go cover zero and you do those things, and I think they did back-to-back, or at least they showed cover zero on 3rd down 2, and the Bears didn't have an answer. And then to their credit, they came up with an answer on the last one to score the touchdown. You don't have to do that when you have a closer, and you maybe don't even get down there. The bigger play, I think, when you look back at it, is there's a 3rd and 20, and you have a face mask to the quarterback, and you get a free first down. There's another play that goes. Mm-hmm. Do you get that? This is another reminder of the importance of someone like Micah. You play defense differently. You have that guy that can close up shop. When you don't, you go to a committee, a.k.a. you have to blitz and do all these other things. It leaves you more vulnerable on the other side of it, and where a secondary that a lot of people have had question marks about but have been, I'm not going to say they've been bailed out. They've been taken advantage of when our pass rush has not been good. That's what happened. And for everybody that is saying that this defense is better and this defense isn't, but Micah Parsons is a game changer. You put game changers out for moments like that. We saw it happen twice during the season already. Not saying it would have happened on Saturday, but I feel fairly confident if we're up by 10 points with 4 minutes left and Micah Parsons is rolling after Caleb, I think we're going to win that game. We didn't, and all of these events happened, but it was another great reminder of why they have an Enter Sandman at Lambeau and the importance of someone like him. And when you don't have him, you have to do some of these things that leave you vulnerable, and the Bears took advantage of that.
We'll get to your calls coming up on the Carbless Talk and text line 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Had a lot of Bears fans in front of me in the press box, banging on the walls, getting all fired up, but at least they were smart enough to be drinking Coors Light.
And whether you're tailgating pregame, sulking a little bit after a tough loss, or enjoying the game, make sure you're cracking open that Rocky Mountain Cold Coors Light. Brewed with a 3-step cold process, cold lager, cold filtered, and cold packaged. It is made to chill. Celebrate responsibly. Coors Brewing Company at Golden, Colorado.
844-770-3776. That's the Carbless Talk and Text line. We'll get to your calls next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
Mark Tauscher here for Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie. Well, are you thinking a new vehicle or even some vehicle maintenance would help kickstart your new year? Well, then get in touch with the great team at Zimbrick Chevrolet, the name you can trust. When it comes to safe winter driving, the place to prepare is not on the side of the road. It's at Zimbrick Chevrolet. And as you're hitting the road to visit family, gather with friends, to watch the game, or to experience a snowy weekend adventure, make sure your vehicle is ready to take on the Wisconsin winter. Get a tune-up. If your car is due for a scheduled maintenance or just needs a tune-up, do it now. If certain parts are damaged, like the water pump, hoses, and belts, they could unexpectedly leave you stranded. Check the battery. Cold temperatures reduce a battery's storage capacity, and the more frigid the temperature, the more power your engine needs to start. Zimbrick Chevrolet can install a new battery in minutes. Some more winter driving advice? Check your tires, change your oil, and keep the gas tank full. Make sure your vehicle is ready for the winter roads. Call to schedule an appointment with the great team at Zimbrick Chevrolet on Main Street in Sun Prairie or online at ZimbrickChevrolet.com. Zimbrick Chevrolet, the name you can trust.
UW Credit Union presents the Prep Mania Student Athlete of the Week, supporting local student athletes as they grow on the field, in the classroom, and in the community. UW Credit Union is here for every you. Learn more at uwcu.org. Here's Dennis Semrau with the UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week.
Our ESPN Madison UW Credit Union Student Athlete of the Week, Milo Boyle, Val Phillips Madison Memorial. What's it feel like to be a Spartan?
It's awesome to be a Spartan. You know, our school has a lot of school spirit, especially with like all of our sports, a lot of them being really good and having a good reputation.
And you look back in your time at Memorial, what's going to stand out the most, what do you can remember the most about being here?
I would say I really love all the school spirit that everybody in our school has and how there's so many different people in our school and I get to meet new people every day. I feel like everybody's really proud to be a Spartan and really happy to be a Spartan.
Congrats, and I hope you have a great senior year.
Thank you.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 5 and 20%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. Visit amfam.com to learn more. American Family Mutual Insurance Company SI and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Ho, my back.
Santa?
Ho, Gina Dello from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Santa's doing OT.
Let me make a call.
Frighteningly fast Pella team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
I know. Ask for a Pella gift card. Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% interest for 24 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 12/31/2025.
Purchase your tickets, grab some friends, and get to the Sylvia on Thursday, January 29th for Andy North Trivia Night presented by Exact Sciences. Enjoy a fun and inspiring evening of trivia, music, food, and refreshments while helping to raise money for UW Carbone Cancer Center. This fun and inspiring event is hosted by Andy North, and along with the trivia, the lineup includes a silent auction, celebrity appearances, and prizes. Doors open at 6. Visit AndyNorthandFriends.com to buy your tickets. Past year's events have sold out quickly, so get your tickets today.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. Well, I've told you for a while about how much I love Pizza Hut since I was a kid, and it's especially great around the holidays. Here's the winning play of the season. Pizza Hut's Triple Treat Box is back. 2 medium pizzas, breadsticks, and a dessert starting at just $19.99. Feed your crew before the game, after the game, or while you watch. The Triple Treat Box, only at Pizza Hut. Order now at pizzahut.com and on the Pizza Hut app. Pizza Hut, feed good times, and remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
The Don has spoken.
Everybody has the same issues. Everyone has NIL issues. Everyone has transfer portal issues. It's up to our guys to figure out how to manage it.
The Barry Alvarez Show, Mondays at 6 on 100.5 ESPN.
Probably as a 7, potentially. Quarterback situation-wise, the Packers have a guy on the practice squad, correct?
Yeah, but...
Or did they only have 2 quarterbacks?
They only had 2 quarterbacks.
Okay, so can you explain to everybody?
Sure. So Clayton Tune is on the practice squad. In order for you to be an emergency third quarterback, you have to be on the roster. So he is not an option.
53. Right. Not last week he wasn't.
He has never been on the 53-man roster. He has always been on the practice squad.
Correct. So had Malik Willis, who, again, gutted it out in overtime, when Brady was talking about how it looked like he wasn't even able to throw, and then he made some big boy throws in that overtime. Had he not been able to go back out there, we would have seen Josh Jacobs and or Jaden Reed as the quarterback in an overtime game.
Yeah, well, considering that they did not play Josh Jacobs at running back again after the fumble, it would have been Jaden Reed. And that was a topic of discussion yesterday. Now, again, is it worthwhile to carry a third quarterback on your 53? I have not
this
gone
weekend
through...
it will be.
Yes, it will be this weekend for sure.
This weekend, something tells me you're going to see an elevation of someone, or there was talk of bringing someone in like a Phillip Rivers. I don't know who you would do, but the Packers will bring up this kid, right? Is the plan? Would
yes,
that be what your guess is?
I would think so. So for those that missed this, obviously you saw Jordan Love leave with a concussion. Is Tommy DeVito
dirty
on
hit
a
or
roster?
not, Jason?
I'm sorry?
I don't know. No, I think he's with. I think he is with somebody. Was that a dirty hit?
It wasn't a dirty hit. It was an illegal hit. But and this is why I don't have a lot of. I'm almost regretting now wanting this rivalry to be rekindled, because Bears fans,
you asked for it.
They're a lot, quite frankly. They also apparently don't understand what I do for a living because they're not familiar with my work. But it was
welcome to the club. About time we welcome you into this club.
Just wait. What does that mean, Jason?
Well,
they aren't familiar with your work and they don't know what you do. Like what? Why would they?
They thought I was a fan.
Can you explain?
Yeah, they kept calling me a fan.
Who thought you were a fan?
The Bears fans who were calling me the P word, and I don't mean poopy. I mean the one that's kind of like being a wuss.
Packers fan.
Yeah. No. But they didn't like the fact that I thought... I'm sorry?
No, continue. I'm confused. They just turned around and started yelling
blank
at you?
On social media, I posted the hit from the NFC Championship
that
game.
That makes more sense.
Yeah, that's different.
I thought the way you were talking, fans were sitting in front of you, crushing Coors Lights, having a good time, and then they turn around and yelling at you. And I'm
they were
thinking,
banging on the walls for sure.
Did you have like a scribe hat on? And
yeah, a little press card in the hat.
Okay.
All
right. Thank you
for
clarifying.
The problem is that when something goes viral on social media, it just keeps compounding, and you get more and more people. That is apparently a very popular word among the Bears fans. I would just say that. I personally believe, and I enjoyed the whataboutism. Well, what about the Charles Martin's body slam on Jim McMahon?
That was dirty, by the way.
That was dirty.
That was dirty.
No one is comparing what Austin Booker did to that. But I'll say this.
The shot over on the sideline. Who did he take out? Was it Walter Payton? Matt Suey. He took somebody out over in the bench.
Yes, there's Ken Stills on Matt Suey. My point is that I didn't think it was a dirty hit. I thought Jordan lowered his head. He was in an awkward position. But it was illegal. It is a penalty. So, like, we can agree to disagree on a lot of things between people who cover the Packers and people who root for the Bears. The penalty was deserved. Was it a dirty, malicious hit? No, I didn't think so. But again, there's no room for nuance with some folks. I will say this. I thought Jordan Love was going to come back because I'm not sure I've seen a guy be diagnosed with a concussion who, after lying on the turf, gets up and runs off the field and into the blue tent. He clearly was trying to convince everyone, including the independent neurologist, that he was A-OK. That apparently did not work, and that is why he did not return. To your point, also Malik Willis suffering a shoulder injury. Great throw to backup quarterback Jaden Reed, but they are in a less than ideal situation.
A little conundrum. Yep.
It could be Tyler Huntley versus Clayton Tune on Saturday night from Lambeau Field, theoretically. Matt LaFleur did hint.
Sign me up. Sign me up. I think it'll be fun.
Matt LaFleur did hint that maybe Jordan Love is moving through the concussion protocol okay. He cannot say certain things.
It's going to take
against the rules.
Yeah. This is his first recorded concussion, correct?
Yes.
Or has he had
which
I
think is encouraging. Yes.
Yeah, that clears you up a little bit quicker. And the fact, I know it's a short week, but it's not because it's still 7 days. And I've heard you say this before, and Devontae Adams, where he got back, I don't think he should have been able to get back in 3 days. Mm-hmm. But I would be surprised. I think Jordan Love, you saw, I thought the same thing you did. He was going to do everything in his power, and I think that's where you need to have somebody independent pull him out because he would have definitely went back in and played. Mm-hmm. And if you want to actually take this stuff seriously, you have to have people looking out for him because players are not going to give that up.
No.
They forced it, and I would hope Jordan Love goes through this process, and I would be in the same camp. But it's going to take some major things to flare up for him not to play on Saturday.
All right. In the interest of staying on the clock somewhat today, I will ask you to politely wait one more commercial break on hold. We have full phone lines, so I will get to all of you, I promise, because I know you have a lot to talk about as a Packers fan. 844-770-3776. But you'll get to talk after Tausch talks about Kohler Services.
Indeed, and you know what? What a great idea for a late Christmas present. You're struggling. I don't know what to even get. You know what would be great? Calling Kohler Services. Get your bath or shower remodel. Family-owned business, 150 years. Kohler is your Wisconsin manufacturer providing care for life. And this month only, your Lugstone shower remodel, you get 0 interest for 12 months, and they're going to throw in a free shower door. Visit KohlerServicesWI.com to request your free quote with fast professional installation always included. Again, that is KohlerServicesWI.com.
Your call's next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
You, rah, rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute brought to you by your Badgerland Chevy dealers, proud supporters of Badger Athletics. Go to BadgerlandChevy.com.
With your Badger Minute, I'm Riley Youp. Last week, Wisconsin Athletics announced a new NIL entity, Badger Athlete Partners. Jim Rutledge of the Jump Around wonders if it's too little, too late for UW.
You can't be dead last in adding something that is rudimentary in the NIL thing. I'm glad the Badgers are doing it, and I hope this isn't too little, too late for the Mack and Fickle era, but what in God's name were we doing the last few years?
Catch the Jump Around Thursdays at 12:30, streaming live on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Add windows and doors to your Christmas list with 0% interest for 24 months. If you're not getting windows from Santa, visit PellaWI.com today.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
The pulse of the Milwaukee Bucks, straight from a Bucks legend.
Can't get it off. Marcus Johnson will, though. Can't leave him alone for a 12.
Tap into Here District with Marcus Johnson on Bucks Plus. Marcus and his son Chris offer a weekly beat on Bucks basketball. Get your questions answered and hear from the biggest names in basketball. Find Here District with Marcus Johnson at bucks.com/plus on the Bucks app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Grassland Butter is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin. Grassland is family owned and has been crafting butter for 5 generations. That's why at Grassland Butter, you're more than just an employee, you're family. The Wietrich family believes in supporting each other, growing together, and building a workplace where everyone feels valued. Your voice matters at Grassland Dairy. Your success is our success. Join a team where culture isn't just a buzzword, it's how we live every day. Check us out online at grassland.com. That's grassland.com.
All day, every day, the Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Meet Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com because your next Mercedes Sprinter van is waiting for you.
The Packers lose to the Bears.
Ball is loose. Picked up.
Did the NFC North crown slip away? Continue reacting next on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
I mean, I'm going to look at the film and correct it as hard as I can. I know I left some plays out there. I know that we can continue to get better, and I know that this season is not over, and we have 2 more games to finish this thing out. First, starting with Baltimore, and we'll have to worry about that. I mean, we can't change what's happened, and we just got to continue to keep going.
That is Malik Willis, who was great. I mean, he was great.
That's going to be
until he wasn't.
Awesome. It's going to be fascinating to see. When was it? You mean when he fumbled the snap?
Yep.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting. One of the huge storylines of the offseason is going to be Malik Willis.
Yeah, he was really impressive, as he has been repeatedly. All right, let's get to your calls. 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. That is the Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more. We begin in Texas. Then we go to Chicago, St. Paul, Minnesota, Madison, Oak Creek, Atlanta, Hales Corners, Illinois, Pewaukee. And I'll give you one guess who's in Canada. But first we begin with Mike in Texas. Mike, good morning. How are you?
Good. All right. So one of the things I'm wondering is, with these mistakes, I'm wondering if Matt LaFleur is thinking, what could he have done to prepare the team to not make those mistakes? And, I think, well, that's coaching, game-type situations. But then I think about the Chiefs and some of the games that I was watching, and they were making a lot of uncharacteristic mistakes and penalties. And obviously they're a great coach team, great coach. And I don't know what, putting Romeo Dobbs in that position seemed perfect. He was doing great, even though he did have drops throughout the season. I don't know if he's second-guessing any decisions, what he could have done. Was there any decisions he could have done through the game that would have changed things? And obviously the players didn't execute. They made mistakes. But sometimes then they go back to Goody. Well, maybe he doesn't have the right people. And so, it's just a matter of a few plays, a few things that makes the difference, and it wasn't a blowout. Like most games aren't blowouts in the NFL.
Yeah, look, a couple things. First of all, that they made a decision in the secondary, and I want to be careful here because I don't want my frustration with Nate Hobbs's prevention of another player talking. If you don't want to talk, that's your decision. I don't think you get to decide if other people can talk. But I said this long before this happened. The Packers had two choices when they didn't have Evan Williams on Saturday night. They could leave Javon Bullard at the slot position and start Zane Anderson at safety, or they could move Bullard to safety and play Nate Hobbs in the slot, and that was what they chose to do. I don't know what the miscommunication was. When I asked Matt LaFleur specifically on what the miscommunication was on the game-tying touchdown, he said there's a schematic part to that, so I'm not going to tell you. So I don't know what that was, but the bottom line is either Nate Hobbs or Keyshawn Nixon is supposed to be covering Walker, and instead neither one of them on a zero blitz is covering him, and he's wide open for the touchdown on a play that appeared to be dialed up perfectly and executed not perfectly. But the bottom line is that their secondary was good enough against an offense that did not have Rome Odunze and did not have Luther Burden. Their secondary was good enough until it wasn't, like so many other aspects to that game. But you look at where they're at at corner, Tausch, and you look at the past drafts and the investment or lack thereof in corners. They've drafted seventh-round corners each of the last 3 years. Those are the only investments at that position since they took Eric Stokes in the first round. So is that a problem area, as Mike suggests, in your mind?
Yes. Yes. Yeah, I thought that was the pass rush needs to be there, and it can't be a ton of blitzing because then you put guys in tougher spots. And that's why if you're going to go out and get Micah and you're going to pay Rashawn Gary, you need to get home because for as much as I was complimenting, boy, they are playing those short routes really well. They're pass breakups. There's some games Keyshawn had a bunch of PBUs. You look at it from that perspective, but I don't care how good your corners are. You can't ask them to cover for a ton of time. Mm-hmm. And if you're going to go zero blitz and do that, you better make sure you're communicating and know exactly where you need to be because one false step or one non-communicative deal gets your blank beat, and that's what happened. But, yeah, this is going to be a position, obviously, in the offseason. Green Bay is going to look to upgrade probably one or two guys would be my guess.
844-770-3776. Let's go down to Chicago. Is Thomas a Bears fan calling the show, Jesse?
No, he called last week or the week before. He is a Packers fan in Chicago. Did clarify that with him.
Tough place to be right about now. Thomas, good morning. How you doing down there?
I've been better.
Fair.
I think, like you said, I think having Philly off I think Packers fans have thought about this, and I think this is more than duty. Let me guys tell you this. In 2018 draft class, 0 players left. 2019, 2 guys left. 2020, 1 guy left. 2021, 1 guy left. How many 7th round or undrafted players were either starting or playing significant minutes on Saturday night. Quite a few. Mm-hmm. So if you want to say, okay, Micah Parsons is end-all, be-all, he's a game changer, he's a closer, well, where's the other first, second, and third round picks? Or where's all these free agency that you signed? Where are they set up? Zero. Goose eggs. This is on Goody for not getting Matt LaFleur and Jeff Hafley the right pieces, because guess what? You can't have this mindset where you're going to be healthy every season, year in, year out. That's just not the case. You have to have depth, depth, depth. So if people want, like, again, Matt LaFleur, he didn't do well in the red zone, but how about getting players that can execute? Maybe, I don't know about this, maybe there's a talent disparity, I don't know, but having so many seventh-round undrafted free agents. Maybe invest in the positions and not have so much weight on the pass rushing where you don't have so much to make up for not having good enough cornerbacks. Like, I'm sorry. This is all on Goody, and clearly there's not pressure on him to do better, do different, because you think, well, we don't have 2 first-round picks the next 2 years. You think all of a sudden this guy is going to just draft a Pro Bowlers and All-Pros? Let's say this, guys. He has not drafted a single Pro Bowler in 8 years. What does that say?
Thomas, we appreciate the call. All right, so let's parse this
a little bit.
Is that true?
He has not drafted. He has not drafted a Pro Bowler in 8 years.
That's not accurate.
Okay, I was going to say.
So first of all, he's right.
Gary.
Rashawn Gary and Elton Jenkins. Rashawn Gary and Elton Jenkins are both.
Has Jordan
Pro
Love
Bowlers.
made a Pro Bowl?
He has not.
He should have,
but he hasn't. To Thomas's
Snoop
point,
Huntley's made a Pro Bowl. Snoop was a Pro Bowler a couple of years ago.
No one from the 18 class. Gary and Elton Jenkins, the only ones left from 2019, which, by the way, I don't expect either of them to be on the team in 2026. From the 2020 draft, Jordan Love is the only one left. From the 2021 draft, Isaiah McDuffie is the only one left. From 2022, which is obviously the bedrock of this roster, the players that are left on this team from that class, Walker, Wyatt, Watson, Ryan, Dobbs, Zach Tom, Kingsley, and Igbare, Rasheed Walker. So that is the class that you are counting on to continue to be, and you're going to have to figure out who you're.
How would you
signing.
rank that class?
I think it's a very good class.
Yes.
I think Christian Watson has dealt with a bunch of injuries, but he is a very good player. I think Zach Tom is an elite level right tackle. I think Rasheed Walker to get a 7th round starting left tackle is a great pick. I think Devontae Wyatt has been slightly overrated. I don't think he's been what you would want from a first-round pick. I think Quay Walker has been slightly underrated as a first-round pick, and they miss him when he's not available. But you and I don't necessarily see eye to eye on Goody. I think he is a good GM. I think he escapes far more criticism than Matt LaFleur does. And I think while Thomas went a bridge too far, in my opinion, with some of his takes within that call, I think he also made some valid points that I think too many people gloss over because he picked Jordan
Jason,
Love.
quick question.
Everybody gives him more of a pass than he deserves.
Yeah. Quarterback's a big spot. You were there. You watch the guys warm up. You go through. If you're going down on the sideline, and not look, but just the talent, whose roster was better Saturday? Green Bay or Chicago?
Boy, like if I'm standing there at a game that has Tucker Kraft and Micah Parsons active and in uniform, that's a no-brainer. I'm not sure that I feel the same way after I watch Evan Williams warm up and not be able to go, after I watch Zach Tom, who I don't even think warmed up, not be able to go. I don't think the Packers had a significant advantage in terms of talent on Saturday night based on who they still had available to them for that game. Now, if you want to say who had a better roster on August 29th, then I'm Packers not close.
Okay.
So
here's the deal, and I think some interesting points. And I think I have been a huge Goody stan. I think Goody built himself a really good roster. When this team was healthy, I think it's a dynamite roster. When you go big and you dump a bunch of money into big spots and get stars, you're going to have to hit on draft picks and 6th, 7th round guys, 5th round guys that are going to be core depth guys that you can go and plug and play for a game or two. But Green Bay has went big. They aren't playing at the kiddie tables. They're playing at the high limit tables. And you know what happens sometimes? You go bust and you got to get a credit line. That's what happens. Not everybody wins every hand. And I understand Packer fans' frustrations with it and the fact that you had Hobbs out there who you paid, and how has he played? He hasn't been as good as you had hoped. Defensive back, you have Keyshawn Nixon as your number one corner. You're not paying him as a number one corner, and you can't go out and pay a Patrick Surtain.
Nope.
You've decided to go about it in a pass rush format. You're going to get after people, and you don't maybe need to have those other corners. You want to develop and get some young guys and hit. Goody's drafts, they've been up and down, I would say. He has replenished and I think built a really good roster. But to your point, and that's why I asked you the question, the guys that were out and not able to play, you're talking, I don't know what percentage of cap, but percentage of productivity.
Mm-hmm.
There is a lot of productivity not playing. And to think you're just going to snap your fingers and put other guys in and get the same when you have guys playing at a high level that aren't able to play, that's tough. And then to lose your starting quarterback, but you have a backup in place, this is where I'm torn. Because I do think Goody, whether it came to place kicking or quarterback, he doesn't just sit still. He goes and he improves, and he did that.
Safety.
And that's why I am as pro-Goody as I am.
Yeah, I mean, look, Javon Bullard is a really good football player. Like
yes.
they've got 3 really good safeties. And Goody does, like, my point is that I feel like everyone immediately says, well, LaFleur this, LaFleur that, because we judge what he does from a week-to-week basis. Has Goody had some...
This was not a LaFleur...
No.
Yeah, LaFleur I thought was great on Saturday, right?
I agree. Even threw a challenge flag that he would have won, but he didn't have to because they fixed it with expedited review.
Yeah.
So
you know what, Jason? I don't know if you saw this. I was so... I don't want to act like I'm like a proud brother. But when we fumbled and muffed that onside kick, LaFleur wasn't sitting there pouting and crying. He yelled, "Let's get a blank and stop and win this game." I'm parsing. I'm not quoting him. Mm-hmm. But right after that, I love that. Now, I didn't love what ended up happening after, obviously. But it was much. That's where I felt like LaFleur had a really good day outside of losing the game on Saturday.
Other than that, how was the game,
I know that
Mrs.
sounds
Lincoln?
dumb, but he was. I thought he was really good, and this is the first time it makes me think. I don't think our roster on Saturday was good enough to win because we didn't win. Even though we positioned ourselves to win, we didn't. I don't love Romeo Doubs returning punts. I don't like it at all. I think it's going to bite us if we don't do something about it.
They're last
he looks
in the
uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
That is a disastrous spot. And, bring in a punt returner. We did. It didn't work out for Hardman. He was brought in to do it. He didn't win the job. He didn't win the job, however you want to look at it. But I don't want Romeo Doubs in punt return. I think that these little issues are what gets your blank beat in playoff games. And whether or not he should be your number one guy like Jordy was to get onside kicks, is there somebody better? I'm guessing somebody else is going to get an opportunity next time.
Yeah, I mean, look, he caught everything. Like, he has really good hands. but he bungled the play, and it wasn't blocked great. But this was right, exactly. That was the theme of the night. He was great
the
until
ball
he
was
wasn't.
right in his cradle.
Yeah, you can't do that, man. But he did. Yeah. I would rather. I understand he failed there, and he deserves criticism. He took responsibility, which I respect. But I don't have a problem with him being that guy. I mean, based on results, yeah, terrible idea. But based on his hands, no, not terrible. But the results were poor.
We don't want him returning punts. Can we please get him off the punt return?
Exactly. You finished my sentence.
Okay.
He does not belong.
Thank you.
You're welcome. If he's all you have to choose from, you have bungled your roster if you don't have someone who can handle returns. And if we want to get into Rich Bisaccia later, we can, because I know there are people that want him fired. But that is another area where the roster is a factor. And the Bills decided that McCole Hardman was worth having. Now, he got hurt in the game where he had a big return. I think he also had a turnover in that game. He is now back on the Bills roster again. He's been activated. But there are people that you can get that can do that job. That's how you ended up with Keyshawn Nixon. And think about how good he was in that role as a kick returner. So that is a roster problem.
Doing? We're bringing 45-year-old dudes back. What's Devin up to?
And
how
I don't
fun
think
would it be to bring him back to play the Bears in Chicago?
Sure, and you bring him back. He's already in the hall, right? So they can't revoke it.
Yeah,
they
can't reverse it. No,
it's different than obviously with Phillip Rivers, who hasn't been voted
Eric
in yet.
Metcalf. There's other.
Hey,
some of the other guys that we could bring?
Why don't we just get Desmond Howard? He's on ESPN every week. What's he doing?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. Why not? Or maybe Mike Pryor. He's 63 years old now.
Yeah, Dante
He'll
Hall.
at least catch the ball.
A lot of guys.
Dante Hall's 47. I was just looking him up.
That's good.
Yeah, at some point, right? That's where we're at.
If I was wagering at Hard Rock Casino Rockford, I would not wager that any of those people will be coming out of retirement to return kicks for the Packers.
Oh, tough day. No doubt about it. And you know what? What's fun? You forget how much fun it is to be in a sports book, to just sit there and watch games, thinking that the Lions are going to stomp the Steelers, and then it doesn't. Mm-hmm. You have all this excitement with a touchdown. Head on down to the Hard Rock Casino Rockford, 60 minutes from the greater Madison area. Great sports book, great food, slots, table games, and, as I said, like the Packers, high-limit action. They elevate the high-limit room experience to deliver premium table games tailored for discerning players with enhanced game rules, including blackjack, where the dealer stands on a soft 17. You'll enjoy better odds, faster play, and the kind of authentic high-limit action that sets the Hard Rock Casino Rockford apart. Your next hand could be your best yet. Visit the high-limit room at Hard Rock Casino Rockford and rediscover your game on your terms, in your rhythm, and with your edge. Again, about 60 minutes from the greater Madison area.
The 10 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes, so stick around. It's Wilde and Tausch.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Mark Tauscher here for Iron Jock. As a former athlete, I've worn just about every type of workout gear there is, and nothing compares to Iron Jock. Their performance apparel is built to fight sweat, odor, and bacteria, keeping you feeling fresh no matter how hard you push. From the gym to the pickleball court, Iron Jock keeps you dry, comfortable, and confident. Right now, you can get 40% off your Iron Jock gear. Use code CHRISTMAS40. That's Christmas40 for 40% off your order. Shop now at ironjock.com.
Hey, this is former Badger Brad Norton.
It's a fake. Great call and great execution.
You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson. Sports Center brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison for generations. Check them out, 220 State Street and online at goodmansjewelers.com. Fallout continuing from the Green Bay Packers' loss in overtime to the Chicago Bears at Soldier Field on Saturday night. 22-16 the final score. the Packers led the game 16-6 with less than 3 minutes to go. But of course, a pivotal onside kick changed the trajectory not only of the game, but potentially for the Packers' playoff hopes. A loss by the Lions yesterday to the Pittsburgh Steelers means that the Packers can win on Saturday and clinch a playoff berth. They also clinch a playoff berth if the Lions lose to the Minnesota Vikings on Christmas Day. Packers-Ravens Saturday night at Lambeau Field, kickoff set for 7 o'clock, but plenty to talk about reacting to Jordan Love leaving with a concussion and the Packers choking away a win in Chicago all day long here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, and that includes with Wilde and Tausch continuing right now.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
Hour of Wilde and Tausch begins now, and it begins the way we ended the 9 o'clock hour with your calls. 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. That is the Carbless Talkin' text line. Lists is more. Let's go to St. Paul, Minnesota, and talk to Brian to begin the 10 o'clock hour. Brian, good morning. How are you?
Great, fellas. Can I ask you two quick questions before I get to my emotions after the game?
Of course.
Tausch,
you may.
Tausch, when they bungled the onside kick, you said that LaFleur, I noticed what you did, that he was yelling at the team to, like, okay, rise up and let's go. Would there have been any merit there to taking a timeout and just getting the group together and saying, listen, it's still here for us. It's, just regrouping for a minute. They had 3 timeouts left. You got to figure you're either going to win the game with a stop, or I thought they were going to go. I was shocked the Bears didn't go for 2 to win the game right there. But you got to figure the timeouts aren't going to matter. Would that have helped in any way, do you think?
So I think you can always, if you regroup, but even with all of that, I think part of the reason that Ben Johnson didn't go for 2 was A, backup quarterback, momentum was with him, but B, I don't think he wanted to give that desperation to the Packers to go down and get a field goal. And then they have 3 timeouts because there's still 25 seconds left, which sounds like they're not going to be able to do it, but you kick it out of the end zone, you're at the 35, and then I want to have those 3 timeouts because then you can work the middle of the field. Now, how it would have played out, I don't know, but I think that's part of the reason. And you could give that timeout because they just obviously had given up some yards and were on the field. But no, I want to have those timeouts just in case you get in that position where you're down 1 and you have 25 seconds left to go down and try to move the football.
Okay, I just was curious from a player's perspective if that would have meant anything.
For sure.
Number 2 would be, has anybody asked the powers that be if Keyshawn Nixon just made the decision that he was now our starting cornerback when he proclaimed in his interview at the end of last year, like, I'm not returning kicks anymore? Or did they decide that? Because I got to admit, I thought at least some point this year, maybe when they needed a big kick return, like the kick after the touchdown the other night, that maybe he'd go back there and, he's the best returner on the team. And I thought maybe they would I at least thought they'd sparingly use him in spots where they thought they needed a big kick return to do it. And obviously I was wrong because they've never used him once. And I got me thinking, like, geez, did he just tell them, like, hey, that's what I'm doing, guys. I'm the starting corner now. And they just said, okay, I guess if that's what you're telling us you're doing, because it seems to me like your best kick returner hasn't returned a kick all year. And I just don't know who made that decision.
I don't think he made that. Like, he could say that all he wants, but if the coaches tell him, hey, we need you to return this kick, he's returning the kick. Now, I would argue that if we're going to say the kind of stuff that we have said about other players previously, about them being too valuable to use on special teams, then your number one corner is in that category. So, and frankly, I don't think their kick returns are the problem. They're like in the middle of the road there. So whether it's Savion Williams or it's Bo Melton or it's Emmanuel Wilson, yeah, have they had a big one? No, they haven't had. They've had a couple that were like 40 yards, I think. But the problem is their punt return
to the point. No doubt. But I'm going to say this, and I totally agree. If you're going to, that's the time to put him out.
I agree.
There.
No,
I know he's playing deep.
Great. I agree. Put him in there.
Spare me this whole he's too valuable as a DB1. Like, no. He made his way in this league as a kick return guy. And that's how he got his spot with the G&G.
Under the old rules.
Fine. But if Deion Blanken Sanders could go back occasionally and return punts and kicks, I'm sorry, Keyshawn Nixon can too. Okay, so let's slow our roll with this. Oh, we got to protect. Yeah, okay, yes. If you don't want to do it on an every down basis, I get it. But you're tied to win a division game. You got 30 seconds left. Let's see what he's got if he's the best kick returner we have. And maybe he's not. And maybe it is Savion. I don't know, but it doesn't. If we're gonna, I want our caller to be able to finish his point. Yeah, that's the time to do it.
Yeah, I'm just telling you that he returned some punts this year. So it's not like it's not him telling them I'm not doing it. I don't believe they feel like they need to use him on kickoff. He
said it last year.
He did.
He did
and
say it.
And then he came back and said he was wrong to have said that.
Because he was scolded. Again, yeah, he was scolded.
Right, and rightfully so he was scolded.
Yeah, and I wasn't even upset that he didn't return the kick on Saturday night. It just brought, for some reason, that jarred my memory that I would have thought this year, like I would not have wanted him out there if he hasn't returned a kick all year, but I would have thought I'd have to go back and look at the games, but 6 to 8 returns when they really needed one throughout the year and said, hey, go back there. You're our best kick returner. We're not asking you to do it every time. Anyway, my emotion after the game.
Let's be honest, though, before we move forward. Their punt return situation is a complete and utter debacle.
No, it stinks.
They had a guy.
It's a disaster waiting to happen.
And they had Matthew Golden doing it for a while, who had never done it in his life, not at any level of football. Now, I'm not saying you can't learn how to do it on the job, but if that's one of your alternatives, you have not done a good enough job. And now that you've got Romeo Dobbs,
this isn't JV football. This is high stakes.
Yes.
I'm not interested in an intern. So say what you want about it. That is the punt return. It's actually not been as disastrous as I thought it would be.
Right.
The way we've handled
Surprised it hasn't cost them
but
worse.
But it can be, and well, part of it is nobody punts anymore.
Certainly the Packers don't. If you're not
4th and 8, you're not punting. All right, let's let him finish up. Okay, what your emotions on after Saturday?
Well, I actually just laughed after the game because I'm like, of course, why not? But then I wasn't really mad until the Lions lost because I just don't want to watch them play anymore. I can't go through the game for 58 minutes. I'm sitting with my wife, and I cannot believe how good a game Hafley's called and LaFleur's called. And then the phrase I used, Jason, was they're Hans Christian Andersen. They're just waiting to plug the next hole. So the defense is great, and then the special teams I thought was awesome. Didn't miss a kick in the wind. Good return game. I don't remember any penalties. And then, of course, they muffed the punt or dropped the onside kick.
Yep.
And I can't put my finger on, like the previous caller said, Goody. I don't like Goody. I think he's the problem. I think Matt LaFleur is a great head coach, but I just have a feeling of resignation that it doesn't matter. Like they could make the 7 seed, and even if they play great and beat the Bears, and then they're going to go play the Eagles, and they probably won't be able to stop the run, and they'll give up 240 yards rushing, or it'll just be the next thing. And so at the end of the year, when whatever, I just have a total feeling I just don't want to watch them even lose a playoff game.
You're closing your heart
to win a playoff game,
your heart to
and
a
I'm just totally resigned to the fact that, and there's just something missing with the football organization. And so at the end of the year, if you tell me Goody's fired and LaFleur stays, I'll be like, nah. And if they tell me Goody's staying and LaFleur and staff are cleaned out, I'll say, nah. But I just am totally resigned to the fact that whatever it is, and I don't know what it is, and that's why I listen to you guys, because I keep hoping someone's going to enlighten me. But no matter what it is, it's just never good enough. And if it's, I thought the defense was legit, and then they give up 40 to the Cowboys, and then they start playing better, and then they get gouged by Bo Nix last week, and the offense looks terrible, and then all of a sudden they look great until, like you said, Jason, until they're not. And it's just like, I feel like Matt LaFleur is just sitting at, Hans Christian Andersen, just waiting to plug. He plugs one hole and another one springs, and I'm just totally resigned and defeated. And I was like, sweet, I don't have to watch them play anymore after they lost to the Bears. I'm like, I'm done. And then, of course, the Lions lose, and it's like, great, now they're going to make the playoffs, and now I got to watch them play 3 more times. Like, wonderful.
Wow. I'm a little worried about Brian. I'm not going to lie.
That is depressing. Jason, explain this Hans Christian Andersen to me. What does that mean?
Yeah,
the guy that stuck the finger in the dam?
He's the author of the thing with the boy with the dam, yeah.
Sticks the finger in the dam.
Yeah, it's called a dike. That's what he's plugging the holes. Yes. Look.
And then another one comes up, and he's like constantly like putting his toes in his hands and his nose, and is that how that goes?
Don't you know? Like the whole town comes out and they help like plug the dam.
Don't you know?
Yeah.
Oh, don't you know? Oh, do you know? I do know.
Yeah. Now, if I may, I don't want to tell Brian how to fan. I understand the disappointment that he's feeling, but look, man. All you want is a chance to have a chance. If you can adjust your expectations, look. If Micah Parsons and Tucker Kraft are currently healthy as horses,
but they're not,
you could feel all kinds of ways about. I think this team can win a title. The fact of the matter is, they're not. On top of that, you don't know who's playing quarterback this week. Could be Jaden Reed at the moment. So I understand the disappointment. I understand the resignation. But, look, there are a lot worse places to be as a fan than where the Packers fan base has to be because this lost. Right? I mean, Kansas City, think about what they're used to. Patrick Mahomes tears his ACL. They're missing the playoffs. Then Gardner Minshew tears his ACL the following week. Like, it's a tough year for them, but they've had it really good. Packers fans have not gotten to enjoy what the Chiefs fans have in the last several years.
Could you imagine having a conversation in September saying that the Titans are going to run the Chiefs out of the building in December?
No, I could not have imagined.
Like they're going to throttle them?
Nope.
Nobody would have imagined. That's why this crazy sport is so fun.
Again, though, I'm not here to tell you what to do, but just, hey.
Sounds like you're going to tell us what to do.
I personally, if I were a Packers fan, say, look, whatever's going to happen is going to happen, but I'm going to enjoy this for as long as it lasts. And I'm still not willing to say, I believe the Packers will be the 7th seed. I believe they will go to Chicago, and I believe they will beat the Bears in Chicago. That's what I believe. Because I still don't think that the Bears are the better team. But they made the plays that the Packers did not on Saturday night. I don't know how many folks were enjoying a Tito's vodka in celebration in Chicago and how many of them were drowning their sorrows, but we know that Fifth Generation Inc. puts out some great Tito's vodka.
Indeed they do, and man, we had a great Christmas party on Saturday. I went with the Tito's sweater. Big hit. Had me a Tito's cocktail. That was a big hit. And then, unfortunately, I actually wore that Tito's sweatshirt on the postgame show, which was not as much fun after the Packers. But we still had a great time. And Tito's, of course, was in my glass and our friends' glasses because they make great drinks. And they're not just about great drinks. Tito's gives back in a big way, partnering with nonprofits and doing real good all across the country, especially for our four-legged friends. So the next time you're raising a glass, make sure it's Tito's handmade vodka, crafted to be savored responsibly.
More of your calls next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Mark Tauscher here, wishing you happy holidays that are merry and bright from the great team at Everlight Solar. 'Tis the season to take back control over your energy bill by making the switch to solar. My family and I, we trusted the team at Everlight Solar to help us make the switch. And from the very beginning, the awesome Everlight team helped educate us on all the benefits of switching to solar. As they explained things along the way, the process was super easy. Let Everlight Solar help you make the switch to solar energy. Join our family in creating a greener environment for ourselves and for our community. Save money and help save the planet by making the switch to solar. Learn more and schedule a free consultation at everlightsolar.com. That's everlightsolar.com. And happy holidays from the entire team at Everlight Solar.
Talk Badger sports year-round with the Jump Around podcast.
I guess I'll go to the offensive line coach. Has a history with Jeff Grimes, so I think that's notable and maybe a sign that Jeff Grimes wanted to get in someone who was a little more comfortable with. It's no secret that the offensive line has been a struggle not only this past season, but multiple seasons. If this program is going to get back to where it wants to be and where it should be, they have to fix the offensive line. And
The Jump Around, brought to you by Steinhoffels. Streaming live every Thursday on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and available wherever you get your podcasts.
We are the National Park Foundation, and together with you, we're creating a future where every person, every generation, gets their chance at an unforgettable moment. Donate at nationalparks.org/foundation.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Ho, ho, my back.
Santa?
Ho, ho, Gina Della from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Santa's doing OT.
Let me make a call.
Frighteningly fast Pella team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
I know. Ask for a Pella gift card. Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% interest for 24 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 12/31/2025.
It's December, which means it's truck weather, and nobody helps you gear up like Metro Ford of Madison. Right now, get a 2025 Ford F-150 with 0% APR for 60 or 66 months, with $0 down and no payments for 90 days. The 2025 F-150 2.7L SDX is here with 0% APR plus $1,250 retail bonus cash, $1,000 open bonus cash, and $1,000 MBC. But hurry, offers end January 5th. It's truck weather, so make it count today at MetroFordofMadison.com.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
We shopped at Chalmers because my husband wanted to get me a larger diamond in my engagement ring.
The folks at Chalmers said, well, you know, we could just make it like this and we could do these things. Really just basically decided that there wasn't any place else we wanted to shop.
But not only did they create this new engagement ring for me with this gorgeous center stone, they also rehabbed this other ring, and I am beyond pleased.
Her favorite thing to do now is to walk around and show her hands and have people comment on it.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
All right, we got to get caught up on some of these calls here, so let's lock in, as the kids say. 844-770-3776. That's the Carbless Talk and Text line. Liz is more. Let's go to Blackjack Andy in Madison. Andy, good morning. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch.
Good morning, guys. Actually, in snowy Green Bay today, but nonetheless from Madison. Anyway,
welcome.
I just want to make a couple points. First off, Jeff Hafley getting a lot of flowers throughout the season, and as he should. But am I wrong in saying there are still cases where the team is very slow in lining up, making substitutions, knowing their assignments? Kind of see it on the regular. A week ago, a defensive lineman was running onto the field as the ball was being snapped, communications up to and after the snap, resulting in slow reactions, etc. Was it Keyshawn Nixon or his spokesperson, Nate Hobbs, that screwed up on the biggest play of the game and blew his assignment? And how is that happening under Jeff Hafley at the game's biggest moment? I mean,
wait a minute. If you let me ask you this, and again, I don't want to be sitting here defending Jeff Hafley, but if you dial up the play that you have a free runner at the quarterback, if the play is executed and the guy covers the guy he's supposed to be covering, it's the right call, isn't it? Isn't it execution in this instance?
Not.
How do you argue that?
My second point. It's actually why is he blitzing the free rusher from the right side of the line and Caleb Williams left? Let me ask you, Tausch, what is Caleb Williams' biggest strength? What do we know he wants?
He loves rolling
to
the right. He loves
when the money is on the table. So what does Hafley do? He blitzes from the side that forces him to go to the right, exactly where he wants to go, where the play was probably designed to begin with. You put the free rusher to the other side of the field. Nobody's brought that up. Why are you dictating and sending him to the place that he wants to go? It was stupid. Put the guy on the other side. When Aaron Rodgers threw a Hail Mary touchdown pass against Detroit, what did the other teams do? They brought the blitz from the other side because they knew he was going to roll right. Now, did it work for them? No. Aaron Rodgers made, against the Arizona Cardinals, rolled left and made a couple of the greatest Hail Mary throws ever. But Jeff Hafley knows. We saw it in game one. We said all game one, you can't let this guy roll to the right. So on 4th and 4, the game on the line and the money on the table, you bring a free rusher from the other side of the field and force him to do exactly what he wants to do? Am I wrong?
What other points do you have, Andy?
All right. So anyway, one more point. How is it possible this team sucks so bad at 3rd and 1 and 4th and 1, and yet we rarely ever see a wrinkle or unscouted look? Ever. All we get is this anxiety of knowing that we're no good at 3rd and short and 4th and short. While I think the Bears fans and Lions fans are probably really excited under those situations because they want to see what the coach has dialed up, and they know they're going to get something unusual that the other team has never seen. Now, obviously, there's a line of demarcation on that, and we've seen Ben Johnson and Dan Campbell get a little too cute on occasion. But how do the Bears and Lions seem to have plenty of time to draw up new plays and have unscouted looks all the time? And meanwhile, we're throwing heavily contested out patterns on 4th and 1. I don't get it. I don't understand how, when the game is on the line, how you don't have something in your back pocket that nobody has ever seen. Now, I'm not suggesting you snap the ball over the guy's head on 4th down either, but I think that's.
Hey, Andy, do you remember? You remember the Thanksgiving Day game, right, where there was pretty much an even game except for 4th down, and Green Bay won that battle. Yep. I think 3. So. I get what you're saying, and thanks for the call. Having wrinkles and that stuff is cute and great, but it comes down to being able to run the football. 4th and 1, 4th and short, 4th and inches, whatever it is. The Eagles have the tush push. I thought Green Bay a few times, and it was more 3rd and shorts, not as many 4th. I thought they ran it, and it seems as if they're really liking to go behind Belton. It feels like they're starting to kind of read and run behind him. I think they're getting better push. They're not having the same amount of penetration issues, getting back into the backfield. But as far as that blitz goes, yeah, you want to dial up, when you're dialing up a cover 0 or bringing everybody, what happens is the good offensive lines and groups, they will squeeze down because you have to take away the most immediate threat to the quarterback, and that is always the inside rusher. You're going to have guys come free. They're going to be on the far edge. That wasn't the case of, Caleb got to roll out to the right and buy time. He had to get rid of the football. he didn't roll on that. If he did anything, he stepped up maybe one step to his right to make that throw. This wasn't he got outside of the pocket and beat us with it. It was a well thought up. If the communication was right and Keyshawn or whoever was supposed to cover it, you then are looking at a one-on-one tough contested catch that we saw the last time these two teams played. Keyshawn made a play on it. This time they didn't. So I'm not going to get after Jeff Hafley about blitzing off of an edge. The protection unit has certain rules that they're going to cover on that. That wasn't let's free up and bring him off. We brought everybody. The Bears get to dictate who they pick up. The free runner is who's going to be the free runner, and it's going to be the furthest guy off the line of scrimmage. That's how that played out.
I would just recommend rewatching that play. He doesn't roll out to the right. He is still within the tackle box when Brenton Cox is hitting him as he's throwing the ball. So let's. It
was a heck of a staying in the pocket, because if he rolls out, maybe Keyshawn sees it. Like, it was a very well executed. I have to go back and look. I think the problem is he dialed that up 2 plays in a row. It worked beautifully on third down.
Yeah, I'm as I rewatch the play, they have 2 receivers to the right, and Hobbs and Nixon both go to, I believe, Zacchaeus, who is cutting inside, and they leave Ja'Day Walker going to the pylon. It appears to be Keyshawn Nixon who should not have gone there, but again, it would have been nice to get a straight answer on that. All right, we need to get some more of your calls. 844-770-3776, 844-770-3776. Tausch, tell us about AmFam, would you please?
I certainly will, and we're getting close to being at the end of our campaign. We're getting there. We still need just a little bit to get to that $50,000. Sarah and I, we've teamed up with American Family Insurance again to raise funds towards the American Family Children's Hospital through a virtual toy drive. All donations go towards therapeutic supplies and toys that help thousands of children and families across the country. And American Family Insurance has stepped up there, matching every dollar all the way up to $50,000. That gets us to $100,000. We need to do that by the end of the year, 12/31. Got a week or so. Visit amfamkids.org to donate today. Again, that's amfamkids.org to donate today.
More of your calls next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? GRB Academy provides year-round training programs designed around your schedule and your goals. For over 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement, with a state-of-the-art 52,000-square-foot facility of elite baseball training space and coaches who know how to get results. From youth to high school, baseball players trust GRB to help them reach their next level. Training program spots are filling quickly, so don't wait. Register now at grbacademy.com.
At J&K Security Solutions, protecting your home or business is more than just the priority. It's what we do. I'm President Jeffrey Beckman. Since 1987, J&K Security Solutions has been committed to providing Madison and southern Wisconsin with dependable security solutions. Whether it's security, fire, or the latest automation solutions, go to jksecurity.com to see how J&K can help keep your home or business secure. Get protected now at jksecurity.com.
Get ready to unleash the dragon at Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Introducing the region's very first $1 million Dragon Link slot game. Feel the thrill, chase the excitement, and win big. With jackpots soaring to $1 million, your chance to hit it big is here. Come experience the ultimate gaming adventure. Visit Hard Rock Casino Rockford today and play the $1 million Dragon Link slot game. Your legendary win awaits. Hard Rock Casino Rockford. Let's hard rock. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious With multiple engine options and impressive towing, Wells Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability.
Nice.
Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
The holidays are full of moments worth saving. Family dinners, cozy nights, holiday parties that last all night. And Carbless makes every one of them better. Crisp, refreshing, and full of flavor, 0 sugars, 0 carbs, and only 100 calories and gluten-free. Carbless is the gift that keeps on giving. A guilt-free cocktail that never compromises on taste, turning every sip into a little celebration. This season, bring bliss to every holiday moment with Carbless. Full of flavor, no compromise.
Grassland butter is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin. Grassland is family owned and has been crafting butter for 5 generations. That's why at Grassland Butter, you're more than just an employee, you're family. The Wietrich family believes in supporting each other, growing together, and building a workplace where everyone feels valued. Your voice matters at Grassland Dairy. Your success is our success. Join a team where culture isn't just a buzzword, it's how we live every day. Check us out online at grassland.com. That's grassland.com.
This is Ricky, owner of Infinity Exteriors here in Madison. I've seen it too many times. Homeowners paying thousands too much for new windows. Big promises of premium installs that never deliver. Madison, you deserve better. At Infinity Exteriors, we're local experts for energy-efficient windows, roofing, and siding with transparent pricing and no gimmicks. Every project comes with a lifetime workmanship because we believe in doing it right. We're on a mission to save our communities from overpriced, unqualified window contractors. Visit InfinityExteriors.com, proud partner of your Madison Mallards.
At Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction, you won't have to worry about your old lawnmower pulling a hamstring. They make buying and selling easy. Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction is simple, reliable, and unlike your fantasy team this football season, they'll actually deliver. Have equipment taking up space? Let them be your surplus solution. You send it in, they list it, people bid, and you actually win. Bid, buy, sell, and score big today at WisconsinSurplus.com. Because winning isn't just for game day. WisconsinSurplus.com.
The Packers fall in Chicago.
And we could say we dominated the game, and for 57 minutes we did. But we didn't the last 3.
Continue reacting next on 100.5 ESPN, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Let's get back to your calls. 844-770-3776. Let's go to Ron in Oak Creek. Ron, thanks for holding on. Good morning. Your thoughts on the Packers' loss to the Bears and where they go from here?
I don't know if you remember, I'm the one who went to school with your buddy, the writer from Atlanta. But another story, 2 things. One, I think, we overreact. 2, I'm not blaming the coaches. I'm going to go back to your line, Jason, the execution. You can have it all drawn up right, but if they don't execute right, it all blows up, and everybody is quick to blame LaFleur, quick to blame Basaccio, and I'm not trying to say Basaccio is the greatest thing since sliced bread. But
I agree with you.
We didn't execute when it mattered, when it came down to it. And it's like an analogy. It's like a plane crash. There's 4 or 5 things that have to go wrong for something to crash. And we had 4 or 5 things that went wrong for us to lose this game. I thought the coaches prepared us. I thought we stepped in with the backup, and we were there, but we didn't execute down the stretch, and all of those things blew up. I feel bad for the people that I've heard this morning talking about how they can't watch the games anymore and all of that. And I'm like, let's not overreact. You look at all these teams who have gone through drama, Philly, Kansas City, Baltimore. It's a lot. It's a lot in the NFL. And we were close, but we just didn't execute down the stretch like we needed to a couple of times. We haven't got blown out this year. We've been in every game. Some execution mistakes have cost us, but we're still a good football team, and I'm not giving up on them. So from all of that, I'm just saying we still have a chance. And as my buddy D. Orlando Ledbetter would say, why are we losing our head over it? We made some mistakes, and we didn't execute. But the coaches put a good game plan together. You know, I know everybody wants to run Goody and LaFleur and Bisaccia out of town on a rail, but I'm not on that boat. I thought they prepared us pretty well, and we adapted even after we lost our quarterback, even after we've lost Tucker Kraft, even after we've lost Michael Parsons, even after we've lost offensive linemen. I think we've done all right. We haven't done great, but we haven't. It's not throw the baby out with the bathwater.
Ron, you need to call more often. Say hi to D-Led for me. And look, I think the best point that Ron made, thanks for the call, buddy, multiple things can always be true at the same time.
He loves planes, trains, and automobiles, I think. He's got to love plane, trains. He went through a lot of different transportation services right there.
He did.
Out of his town. You know, that's a damn rare thing these days.
Run him out of town on a rail. I'm not out in that boat. Yes, exactly. But
boat, plane
crashes.
Plane crash analogy
exactly.
wasn't the best, just for the record. I was going to criticize, but I'm not going to.
Here's
it only takes one thing. I think it only takes one thing to go wrong. So I'm okay. I get what he's saying.
So
all right, Jason, go ahead.
What I liked from him, though, and look, if you say Romeo has to field that onside kick, that is not absolving Rich Bisaccia for other aspects of their special teams that have not been good enough. Like, multiple things can be true, right? Like, I would disagree with Blackjack Andy that the play call on fourth down, you have two guys defend Zacchaeus and one guy leave Walker open. The pressure is there. Like, do you want to criticize Lucas Van Ness for not winning against the right tackle? Because then you've got Caleb Williams in an even more compromising position. However you want to view it, but there are multiple things that happen on plays. Some of them are play calls, some of them are execution. But just because you criticize one thing doesn't mean you absolve the other. And that's my frustration. No one is saying here that Rich Bisaccia has been the best special teams coordinator in the league. No one is saying that he's been great. No one's been saying anything like that. But Romeo,
what people are looking at is Sean McVay doesn't fire people. Their special teams blew a game, and I'm not a Rich Bisaccia fan at all. And I think what we saw with the Rams is Sean McVay saying, we need this isn't going to work. LaFleur's not going to do that. And this is not, I don't think the Romeo Dobson, that's not on Rich. Now the penalties and the bungling of the kick spot earlier in the year and the punt return, you want to blame that on Goody, great, but whatever the case is, Rich Bisaccia is responsible for where his special teams units are. And they're not good enough, period. They're not. But this is kind of how it goes, and I just think fans, if it wasn't for McVay doing what he did, which is he fired his guy because they cost him the number one seed more than likely because they didn't tackle on a punt. And their special teams has struggled there too. And he's saying, we can't win this way, and we're here to win now. And I think that's where Packer fans are looking, saying, something needs to change because we keep having similar things happen that cost us games. And I think it's a great point about not getting blown out. It's hard to go an NFL season without a couple clunkers. It's really hard. And they have done that. They've been really good in that regard really for a couple of years now.
844-770-3776. Let's get to one more call. Let's go down to Atlanta, where D-Led is, and talk to Josh. Josh, good morning. Thanks for holding on. What do you got?
Good morning, Wilde. Good morning, Tausch. How we doing?
We're good. How are you?
Doing all right, man. Good morning to you.
I just got one thing to say, guys. The Bears are exactly who we thought they were. And that's why we took the field. All right? You want to make all these excuses? It's fine. Hey, we lost the game. They're a good football team. Give them credit. But without your starting quarterback, with a backup who is the best in the league, let's make no qualms about it. He's the best in the league, the best backup in the league. But with everything that happened, you still were in the game. So just like Tausch has been saying all morning, we see these guys the first round of the playoffs, no problem. We can go there. We can beat them. Would we like to play them in Green Bay? Absolutely. But will that happen? We'll see. But there's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to be concerned about. I mean, you had one of the best safeties in the league drop a pick in the fourth quarter. Are you going to count on that happening more often than not? I'm not. I still think McKinney's one of the best safeties in the league. A 3rd and 20, are you going to have a face mask penalty every time to keep a drive going? No. You're going to get a head coach, get in front of his team, and say, hey, we're not going to make these mistakes. That's not us. All right, so we're good. All right, yeah, we lost to Chicago. We know we're a better team. We know we have a better roster. Do we got some things to figure out? Absolutely. But, hey, NFC's still wide open. Our quarterback is still one of the best in the league. Well, hey, yeah, it stinks to lose to the Bears, but when you know you're the better team, who cares? Who cares?
Good call, Josh. We appreciate you. He mentioned one thing that I do think we maybe glossed over.
McKinney dropping picks every week? Because that happened in Denver, too.
No, but he did. Yeah, he dropped 2 in Denver. No, the Warren Brinson penalty.
Jesse hasn't said a word all show, and then he jumps in with that.
Well, McKinney,
classic.
Some big picks he's dropped.
He's had opportunities for sure, and he has it.
Mm-hmm.
I can't argue with Jesse on that. Those are game changers.
No, Tausch, he mentioned the Brinson penalty. Obviously, that is a not good. But I have a hard time killing him for that. It did not look like it was intentional. His hand got a little high. He's an inexperienced player. I thought that was unlucky. Am I wrong to view it that way?
Coaches, no, you're 100% right. And I know it was a huge play. Coaches never have problems with combative penalties that aren't, if you're going aggressively and you're playing at a high speed, sometimes things are going to happen. And if you're playing up to the whistle, dumb late hits and understanding circumstances, I totally agree. I did not have a problem. It's obviously super unfortunate that was the case. I'd much rather see that than a DB holding a guy on a 3rd and 20. I almost was just play a soft zone so you can't get any of those ticky-tack holds or hands to the face, because those 5-yard penalties or first downs, they're just absolute killers. That penalty was an absolute killer because you're down, and if it's 4th and 20, you're feeling like you're in a really good spot to get off the field and to close up that game and not have to worry about the Dobbs onside kick or the blitz coverage or the coverage after an all-out blitz. Who blew that? Or in a bad snap center quarterback exchange in overtime, and all of those things are all sequenced off of that penalty too. Mm-hmm. And it is not something that I think you get after Brinson about. I don't have a problem. He went hard, tried to make a play, and unfortunately he got caught.
We'll get to more of your calls coming up. Want to remind you, every time the Packers make a field goal, and there have been a lot now that, Brandon McManus is healthy again. But Steinhafels is proud to partner with Special Spaces Wisconsin and the Packers to help create dream bedrooms for children battling cancer across our state all season long. Every time the Packers put a field goal through the uprights, Steinhafels donates $1,000 to Special Spaces Wisconsin, turning points on the board into moments of hope. So while they went 0 for 5 in the red zone and kicked 3 field goals, hey, at least it benefited Special Spaces Wisconsin. Steinhafels has been Wisconsin's furniture and mattress leader since 1934, is 100% employee-owned, and is a proud partner of the Green Bay Packers. In case you're wondering, by the way, the Packers have made 26 field goals this season. That is $26,000 from Steinhafels to Special Spaces Wisconsin. More of your calls next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Toscher here for Pizza Hut. Well, I've told you for a while about how much I love Pizza Hut since I was a kid, and it's especially great around the holidays. Here's the winning play of the season. Pizza Hut's Triple Treat Box is back. 2 medium pizzas, breadsticks, and a dessert starting at just $19.99. Feed your crew before the game, after the game, or while you watch. The Triple Treat Box, only at Pizza Hut. Order now at pizzahut.com and on the Pizza Hut app. Pizza Hut, feed good times, and remember, no one out-pizzas the Hut.
Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Steinhoffels. Try Helix Sleep's award-winning mattress, now at Steinhoffels, 20% off. Visit steinhoffels.com to learn more. Better sleep starts now.
With your Badger Minute, I'm Riley Youk. Last week, Wisconsin Athletics announced the new NIL entity, Badger Athlete Partners. Jim Rutledge of the Jump Around wonders if it's too little, too late for UW.
You can't be dead last in adding something that is rudimentary in the NIL thing. I'm glad the Badgers are doing it, and I hope this isn't too little, too late for the Mack and Fickle era, but what in God's name were we doing the last few years?
Catch the Jump Around Thursdays at 12:30, streaming live on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Add windows and doors to your Christmas list with 0% interest for 24 months. If you're not getting windows from Santa, visit PellaWI.com today.
'Tis the season to be planning your holiday events. Whether it's a party for 10 or 10,000, Celebrations has the sound, video, lighting, special effects, and custom-themed decor to make it the best party ever. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With us on your team, your holiday or New Year's party will be easy to plan and super fun to attend. DJs, casino games, lighting, and photo booths are just the beginning at CelebrationsEntertainment.com. That's CelebrationsEntertainment.com.
Since 1956, Holman Lindsay Paints has been making paint in Wisconsin for Wisconsin. Because of their commitment to making great paint for Wisconsinites, Holman Lindsay has grown over the years to 26 locations in this great state. Headquarters in Sun Prairie with a state-of-the-art facility, Holman Lindsay has the paint you need to make your job better. From do-it-yourself to professional, Holman Lindsay has paint for everyone. Visit one of their local locations today in Madison, Sun Prairie, Middleton, and Janesville.
It's time to wrap up an unforgettable year of Prep Mania. Join me, Hunter Vaughn, and the Dean Dennis Sumrow for Prep Mania Weekly this Monday at 7 p.m. We'll count down the top 5 plays, athletes, and storylines from an incredible year. Relive the highlights, the breakout stars, and the top moments of 2025 on Prep Mania Weekly this Monday at 7 p.m. right here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
From color-changing alexandrite to shimmering zircon and everything in between at Chalmers Jewelers, you'll find high-quality, affordable, one-of-a-kind pieces. We source straight from the gem cutters, and we manufacture in-house from start to finish. As the manufacturer, we believe in truth in pricing. Never pay more for quality and stunning, beautiful jewelry. She's one of a kind, and so should her jewelry be. While others may send your jewelry dreams to someone else to make, with us, your dreams become reality with the help of our custom jewelers, with you involved the whole way. With a staff that has over 200 years of combined experience, why buy from a place that marks up jewelry made by the thousands? When you can buy direct from Chalmers for that one-of-a-kind piece that is better quality, often for less.
Chalmers Jewelers in Middleton
and Madison.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Customizable just to you. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today.
We'll get back to the calls in a second. I want to remind you, Grubeloff's. One call, that's all. 414-276-6666. 414-276-6666. There's lots of imitators, but Grubeloff's has been doing this for 40 years. They win for their clients, and they will win for you if you are in that unfortunate position of having been injured in an accident. So go to gruber-law.com to find out more or make the call. 414-276-6666, Grubel Offices. Let's go to Jason at Hales Corners. Speaking of calls, Jason, good morning. Thanks for holding on. Welcome to Wilde and Tausch. What's on your mind?
Hey, thanks for taking my call, guys. Long-time listener. Real quick, I'm not a big fan of Rich Bisaccia. He's making too many mistakes on special teams. Goody, well, he's doing what he can. I do hope the Packers, looks like they're going to make the playoffs, and we're going to go back down to Chicago and beat them. But I don't know if anybody noticed, but on that last play, when Caleb Williams stepped back into the pocket and threw that bomb to DJ Moore, there's a ref standing right behind him. Now, if you look at the play, there are two Packers being held, and Tausch would probably confirm this, but when you're pulling the jersey, it's going to be a tight pull. And there were two players that were pulled. That play never should have counted. They should have gotten penalized for that, I believe 10 yards, and that would have put them out of the field goal range even as well. That's all I have, and I just want to wish you both a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for the call, Jason.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you, too. There was a hold. There's no doubt. I didn't have a problem with the right tackle. I thought that was just battling.
But the hold on on Quay Walker, his jersey is stretched pretty far.
Yeah, and his feet were beat. You guys know the rules. We've had this discussion with Dino and everybody else. His feet were beat. Your feet are beat, and he grabbed, and he is holding. Yes, it should have been called. I don't think there's any other way to put it. Now, does that mean we would have won? It would have helped, no question. We would have then been able to, if we could have made a stop, which who knows at that point. I don't even remember. Was that a 1st and 10 or a second? I think it was a 1st and 10 on that play.
It was 1st and 10. Yes, you are correct, sir.
So even if it's 1st and 20, it doesn't mean the way we were playing. They were up in us a little bit. It was getting to be where they were doing what they wanted at the end of that game. So I was actually starting to think, what do we do here if this is another tie? Is a tie better than obviously a loss sucks, but had we gotten to 2 ties, how does that help us with the divisional battle? Because we would then own that tiebreaker outright.
It crossed my mind. It definitely did.
I was gonna tweet something, and I was kind of hoping, just because you started seeing it was after we fumbled. Like, all right, maybe a tie is going to be the best case outcome for this game. And unfortunately, obviously, that wasn't the case. But how would that shake out with, the 2 seed in the playoffs? And it would have obviously been better with a second tie than losing to the Bears. But that's not what happened. But I was definitely intrigued to see if it was.
Yeah, and by the way, before we get Bears fans all up in our YouTube chat and wherever else, Keyshawn Nixon also is tackling DJ Moore as he catches the game-winning touchdown. So if he doesn't catch that,
PI for sure.
Yes.
Yeah,
so if he doesn't catch that, and they call both of the penalties that could have been called on that play, they're offsetting, right? It's holding on the Bears. Yep. It's pass interference on the Packers. So
heck of a catch by.
It was a phenomenal catch.
Yeah, no, for sure.
And look, I understand that Caleb Williams has been inconsistent this season, that his completion percentage is not very high, all that stuff. It's a hell of a throw and a hell of a catch.
Great
it was
play.
phenomenal.
He made a couple of great plays, but I'm telling you right now, and Bears fans can get mad at me if they want, you can't win in this league completing 55% of your throws. You can't. Now, I know they are, but I'm telling you right now, what they're doing is not sustainable. It's not. Don't get mad at me. Go ahead and look at NFL quarterbacks in this era of ball. You can't get by throwing. I mean, he's not getting to 59. He's at 55%. That ain't good enough. But it was on Saturday. So take it for what it's worth. I'm saying right now, because I'm hearing every Packer fan that calls outside of our buddy that seems really dejected. Everybody's saying the same thing, and I guarantee you this, Bears fans are going to yuck this up. But the last thing they want to see is us coming down to Soldiers Field. I think they would rather play almost anybody else but us. You don't think they'd rather have Philly come down there?
Yeah.
We'll see how San Fran plays them. They want no part of it, and I feel the exact opposite. I think Packer fans are all in on it. Matter of fact, I got a text from one of my Bears buddies that may or may not have played for the Bears. And he said, great win for us. We're feeling euphoric, but I'm already nervous. This is yesterday. I'm already nervous about having to play in the playoffs.
Well, I'm glad that Hunter
I think that's how most
checked
Bear
in with
fans.
you.
That's how most Bears fans feel today. And they might not tell you. And Cap will sit there up on his perch, and he'll be all confident until he's not. And I'm guessing Waddle and Sylvia and the whole crew, they're all happy today. And kudos to you. You guys earned it. You got your flowers. Take them. Smell them. But I would venture to say they're all very nervous about what that potpourri is going to look like in a couple weeks.
844-770-3776 is the Carbless Talk and text line. List is more. We'll get to more of your calls.
Man. We are behind.
In the 11
That's on
o'clock
me,
hour.
This one's on me, by the way. I've been a little, and I know we got a little delay we're fighting today. This is on me. I've been a little too chatty.
8 calls, 4 segments left. You think we can do it?
We got this.
We can do it. Two a segment. We'll get 3. We'll get 3 coming out of the chute.
I mean,
here.
you're averaging.
I am going to keep it tight.
You're averaging like 1.3 so far here. I don't know.
Our completion
Jesse,
percentage is not high.
Hey, I'm sick of your negativity, Jesse Nelson. Your negativity is not. This is the holidays. Get off the negativity.
Xavier McKinney, man.
Literally, has Jesse said anything? He said 7 words today, and they're all negative.
It's been one of my better.
Xavier McKinney
really enjoyed that.
Yeah. Too many calls. You guys are averaging 1.3. Brian just brought me a nice cup of hot coffee.
I'm sure he did. He's been.
I don't
he's
know
really
producing
been
life like
you.
this.
Producing
nice. Life, man. I got.
You can take it to the bank, and we will get to those last 8 calls, and you can take it to the bank with Associated Bank. Best customer service in the industry. They've got the awards to prove it. Whether you're a Badgers fan, a Packers fan, or a Brewers fan, you can get checking to support your favorite team. Go to AssociatedBank.com to find out more. The 11 o'clock hour starts in 2 minutes, so stick around.
Don't go anywhere. Another hour of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, is coming up next on ESPN Wisconsin and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
What's new at Zimbrick Chevrolet? A lot. A free car wash with every service, plus a brand new detail facility to keep your ride looking fresh all year long. Relax with coffee and snacks while you wait, and if you can't, grab one of their numerous service loaners, take the shuttle, or even get a lift on them. Plus, Zimbrick Chevrolet has the largest new Chevrolet inventory in southern Wisconsin, and you'll never overpay at Zimbrick Chevrolet. Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie, the name you can trust.
Hey, this is Jonathan Blackwell of Wisconsin Badgers basketball. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
Broadcasting live from the Everlight Solar Studio, this is your Metro Kia of Madison Sports Center.
Good morning, Madison and streamers everywhere. I'm Jesse Nelson, Sports Center, brought to you by Wisconsin Surplus in Mount Horeb, your homegrown auction powerhouse. From government assets to vehicles and equipment, find your next deal at wisconsinsurplus.com. Fallout continuing from the Packers' meltdown at Soldier Field against the Chicago Bears on Saturday night. 22-16, the final score in overtime. The Bears prevail. The Packers led 16-6 with less than 3 minutes to go in the game. But a disastrous series of events, including the Bears recovering an onside kick near the end of regulation that allowed them to go down, tie the game, and eventually win in overtime. Reactions continuing throughout the day here on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, including with more Wilde and Tausch continuing until noon right now on 100.5 ESPN. Continues into the evening college football conversation. 4 playoff games in the book. The Barry Alvarez Show. Legendary former Wisconsin Director of Athletics and head football coach Barry Alvarez tonight from 6 to 7 o'clock at Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Middleton. That's tonight on 100.5 ESPN.
Metro Kia of Madison, Madison's trusted Kia dealer. Stop into Metro Kia on the east side of Madison or metrokiaofmadison.com.
get back to your calls. Tausch says we'll get 3 in this window. I'm skeptical. 844-770-3776. That's the Carbless Talk and Text line. Let's begin in Illinois with Mo, who I'm sure was hearing from his Bears fan friends in the aftermath of Saturday night. Mo, good morning. How are you?
Well, hang on a second.
Jesse.
We have lost Mo. Mo is gone.
This was not part of the 3 in a call. Is Jesse screwing this up?
Mo dropped, so he is no longer with us. So bye, Mo. Hey, Mo.
Let's go to Ricardo in Canada then, if Jesse can manage to do that. Ricardo, are you with us?
I'm with you. I never left. I'll never let you go. I'm here. Oh, boy.
You're the best.
Boys. This one hurt.
Yep.
This one hurt. I was sitting on my couch in the middle of the night while my kids slept, like Pablo Escobar in that meme. Like, how could this happen? And the worst part about it happened to the Bears. The Bears, like, god awful, overrated team. Their quarterback. I hope Caleb Williams is a quarterback for the Bears for 10 years. He is not that good.
Hey, me
Don't
too.
tell me this. He's not. He made 2 throws. 2. And okay, so I'm on a tangent right now. Coaching wise, listen, great game plan by LaFleur, Halfley, Bisaccia. I'm not going to put on Bisaccia. He put the ball. The guy who was supposed to catch the ball was in the right spot. It's not like Seattle where the guy who was supposed to block tried to catch it. The guy who was supposed to catch it was right there. That's his job. Dobbs, I don't know what you're doing, and I hate putting Dobbs in these positions as a punt returner and as a hand team. Ever since he had his concussions, he shies away from contact. He's not a contested ball guy. Like, we need someone there, a wide receiver who wants to be there, who will attack that ball. There has to be somebody else that can do that, okay? But that's it. Now, this team, they need to figure out how to close out games. It's not the first time this has happened. The Cleveland game, the Panthers game where it's a muddy game, it's dirty, it's down. Like, come on. You guys got to figure it out. Like, put these teams away. Enough is enough already. Like, your backup quarterback, God bless him. We need to sign him because he's the best backup quarterback in the league. And if you're going to have a Ferrari, you better have a top-notch insurance. And that's what Willis is. He's that insurance policy you need if you ever crash. So keep going with
American
him for sure. We need that guy. But yeah, like we need to get our heads out of you know what and start closing out these games. And make no mistake about it, Chicago Bears are taking this game in rivalry personally. These guys are all over the memes, interviews, there's pictures of like doing cheese grater hats in public after the win. Like, they're mucking it up. So guess what? It's personal. You know, these guys are trying to rev it up. So we need to, match that intensity. Do I believe that we're probably going to end up going there and probably could win? Yeah, I believe it. But not playing like this again. Like, we need to play a full 60 minutes. Like, what are we doing? And by the way, whoever Rashawn Gary's agent is, that guy is in the Rushmore Hall of Fame because he's stealing money from the Packers right now. I don't know what he's doing. He's making bank off of us because that guy hasn't shown up for 8 weeks. He needs to go somewhere. And also, I'm going to lay it up with this. That hit on Love, I was disappointed for 2 reasons. One, it's a dirty hit because it reminded me of the Danny Trevathan hit on with Devontae Adams. It was unnecessary, and you clearly were aiming at the guy's head. And two, the thing that really pissed me off about it is that not one of the 5 offensive linemen went after that guy, whether it was a legal hit or not. And I guarantee you, if anybody hit Rodgers like that, Sid and Lang and Bakhtiari would have been on their you-know-what. If anybody hit Favre like that, Tausch, Rivera, Well, and Clifton would have been there handling business. You got to protect that guy. You can sack him, but you can't go for the head like that. Someone should have taken their own unnecessary penalty and defended the QB. That's all I got to say about that. We still got 2 games. Let's get it, boys. Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry Christmas to you too, Ricardo. We love Ricardo. That was nothing even in the same zip code as the Danny Trevathan hit on.
Agree. It was not. I agree.
On Devontae Adams.
I also agree. I also agree. It was a violent hit. I am in your camp, Jason. I don't think it was as malicious. It looked bad. Jordan, you're in that pocket. It's easy for us to say. I do want to see offensive linemen get after him. Like I do think that.
Yeah, I agree.
I want guys, and I'm sure, Campy. There'd be times we'd be in there and it'd be a running back, and if somebody wasn't helping him up or something else, this was Campy's move. He just back the tape up, not say anything. I would bet that's going to be the case after that hit. Somebody's going to do that to our blanking quarterback, and you ain't going to do anything. I'd venture to say
that's a great. He made
because
a great
it's not
point
as
there.
if. Yeah, it's not as if there's not some enforcer types in that group. Sean Ryan's going to get after people, and Belton is a rookie. You're trying to find yourself. That's one where a coach is never, even if you end up getting a 15-yard penalty out of it, you're never going to hear a coach say, "Don't defend your quarterback," ever. Yep. And I would bet that will be echoed, especially if these guys end up playing again in a couple of weeks.
Let's get to one more call this segment. Let's go to Leonard in Lake Geneva. Leonard, good morning. How you doing, buddy? Leonard? Jesse, what are you doing back
hear me?
there? Yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Yep. I was at the game Saturday, actually. That was my
just
first
blame
game I've ever
Jesse.
been to in Chicago.
Just blame Jesse.
Yeah.
By the way. That's what we do here.
It's your fault, Jesse. Yeah.
Sorry, Leonard.
I was at the game Saturday, and of course, that was their first loss at Soldier Field in 7 years. Of course, I was there. It would not.
So now we know whose fault it was.
Can never go back.
Yeah,
Wilde
these
and you are
Bears fans
out. You and Jason can't go down to Chicago anymore.
I'm
These
off the
Bears
hook.
fans are something else, man. But yeah, I don't feel great playing the Bears next time. It's clear as day that the Caleb Williams is your daddy. The Bears are your daddy. Go Bears. The Bears, daddy. Big peepees.
Did we get bamboozled there?
Oh, we got
Jesse.
a little sneak in.
Did he?
Got a sneak in.
That's what he did there, Leonard.
You know what?
He got you, boys. So, Jesse, just so we're framing this, you butchered Mo's call, and Mo calls all the time. He's always got great
What do you want me to do?
No.
I'm just stating what happened. This is just like Bisaccia. We put you in position. Here's what it is.
Yeah.
Butchered Mo's call. Ricardo, it took a little longer than it should. And then you let old boy get on here and tell us that somebody's our daddy?
And he
What?
used the word
55% completion percentage?
Why did he?
And a pee-pee?
Why did he say? Why did he do the whole setup like that? Just to
he's a gamer.
Just go
He's a
for,
gamer.
if you're gonna do it, just go for the punch right away.
Yeah, just go quick.
What
Because
was
he's
the
trying to
point
get
of
us
that?
off the clock, too.
Yeah.
He was good. He did a good job there.
Yeah,
He did a
very
good job
felt
getting us
bad
off the
for him
clock
for a minute,
and
yeah.
pranking you.
Yeah.
Put a poll in the field. I want Jesse, throw a poll in the field. Your confidence level, or Jason, you help me word this because you're the wordsmith. If indeed the Packers in 3 weeks have to go down to Soldiers Field, where's your confidence level? I understand. I do that. But
I know you.
Do you not say world?
I know
world's
you do.
champion. You want me to
I
start?
know.
Okay, I won't say
I
world's
know.
championship.
I wanted to make sure people knew what you were doing.
Where is our confidence level if we got to go back there? Because I think it is very high.
I think it should be. Just like your confidence level should be very high in Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Of course it is. You know what? Ensure your home remains comfortable before the brutal post-holiday winter. And you know what? Everybody's looking for good bargains during this shopping season. Pella wants to make everybody's holiday brighter and clearer through those beautiful new windows. Pay 0 interest for up to 24 months at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. And the great thing is, Pella's elves, they're not one-trick ponies. They install year-round and can finish installation as little as a day. But hurry up. This deal ends December 31st. Schedule your free consultation today at PellaWI.com. Certain restrictions do apply. See showroom for details.
More of your calls next. Jesse's on the case.
Oh, boy.
It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Call Gina Della from Pella today, 855-PELLA-WI, and online at PellaWI.com/radio.
Grassland butter is built by tradition right here in Wisconsin. Grassland is family owned and has been crafting butter for 5 generations. That's why at Grassland Butter, you're more than just an employee, you're family. The Wietrich family believes in supporting each other, growing together, and building a workplace where everyone feels valued. Your voice matters at Grassland Dairy. Your success is our success. Join a team where culture isn't just a buzzword, it's how we live every day. Check us out online at grassland.com. That's grassland.com.
Ben Brust here to tell you about the Princeton Club. If you're looking for a place where you can better yourself while having a wonderful atmosphere, you have it at the Princeton Club. Strong communities, strong body, and strong mind. All it takes is one small step to start today. You will see that you have everything you need in order to achieve all of your goals. Find your better tomorrow at the Princeton Club. 8 Madison locations where you go in there, you take a tour, and you realize this is a place for me. Find more at PrincetonClub.net.
There's a holiday gift out there that everyone loves. It's compact, tasty, and one size fits all. It's a Cousin Subs gift card. Make your life a little easier. Give your friends and family a better gift this holiday season. Purchase $30 in gift cards today at your favorite Cousin Subs location and receive a certificate for a free 7.5-inch sub. Oh man, that's the gift that keeps on giving. Cousin Subs. We believe in better.
You've noticed a change in your teen. They seem distant, and you wonder if it's the usual ups and downs or something deeper, like substance use or mental health struggles. If you're worried, why wait to reach out? Hazelden Betty Ford offers specialized care for teens and young adults, plus support for families. Call 1-855-489-2383 or visit WeGotYou.org, because love doesn't wait for a crisis, and change starts when you do. Sponsored by Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation.
Chevy trucks have you covered when the road takes you from smooth sailing to Chevy Colorado will eat up some of the toughest terrains with 5 available drive modes. And Silverado and Silverado HD have the muscle to take you out for some serious with multiple engine options and impressive towing. While Silverado EV is the perfect combo of performance and capability. Nice. Making it a snap to hitch up this electric truck and hit the road. Wherever the road leads, Chevy trucks are right there with you. See your Badgerland Chevy dealer today.
Oh, my back.
Santa?
Gina Dello from Pella. You've been a good girl this year.
Is that why you're in here building new windows?
Santa's doing OT.
Let me make a call.
Frighteningly fast Pella team at your service. Let us take it from here, Mr. Claus. And Gina, next time.
I know. Ask for a Pella gift card. Right now at Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, get 0% interest for 24 months. Visit PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 12/31/2025. This season, the Bucks are going for it all.
A game winner for the Greek Freak.
Go inside the team's pursuit of a championship on Locked In, the new season of the Behind the Bucks podcast, narrated by Bucks legend Marcus Johnson. Hear from the team stars on why they think they can make history. It's all on Behind the Bucks on the Bucks Plus audio network. Behind the Bucks is presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. Available now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the new ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get podcasts.
The holidays are here, and no better way to elevate your cocktail experience than with Door County Distillery. Hey, it's Alex Stroh for my friends at Door County Distillery, locally produced, handcrafted, award-winning spirits. Made locally in beautiful Door County. Whatever you've got going on this holiday season, elevate it with Door County Distillery. Check out their website for a huge list of unique cocktail recipes, festive recipes for your cocktail game. That's their website, DoorCountyDistillery.com, DoorCountyDistillery.com to find the retailer nearest you.
Wilde and Tausch on 100.5 ESPN is brought to you by Everlight Solar. Save money, save the planet. Everlight Solar.
I will give Leonard in Lake Geneva a little bit of credit. Kudos to him for waiting that long on hold. That's a commitment to the bit. I give him credit for that. Also, Arlee33498. I don't know if that's a zip code or what that is, but he's in the YouTube comments on ESPN Madison. And I want to read his 2 posts before we get to more calls, because I think they're really interesting from a Bears fan perspective. Your backup QB fumbled the snap from your backup center. Your star defensive player and your starting quarterback weren't on the field, and it took a miracle for us to beat you guys. He's got a Bears logo as his avatar. It's okay. We got one.
Detected.
You guys, it's okay. We got one. You guys will be fine. Continuing now with his take. It's the first meaningful Bears victory over the Packers I've seen in decades. And as you guys all know, I'm not joking. And you guys want to fire the coach and trade Love. I think you guys are a little spoiled. Now, I didn't see anybody saying they want to trade Love, but I did see people arguing at one point in the game in my social media mentions that maybe they'd be better off with Malik Willis at quarterback. I'm not part of your group. Do not try to make me part of your group, just like I get put in that group of people that were in the picture with Matt LaFleur. Look, bottom line, I like the Packers' chances if they have to play a playoff game in Chicago. Do I think it's going to be a close back-and-forth game? And if the Packers win it, they're going to have to not make nearly as many mistakes? I do. But I don't think anybody, if you're a Packers fan, is looking at going, oh, my God, we can't beat the Bears. I don't think anybody should be seeing it that way. And I'm eager to see if that rematch happens. Let's get back to your calls. Let's go 844-770-3776. Let's go to Josh in Kenosha. Josh, thanks for holding on. Good morning.
Good morning. So you did tell me to call back, and I did. I've been on hold for an hour and a half. So
thank you for your service.
First off, Merry Christmas to all you guys.
Same to you.
Second, Jason, I apologize for the vitriol that you got. I got the same about 2 weeks ago after my call to KBN. So it's unfortunate that fans take it personal like that. As far as the game goes, I really was impressed with Jeff Hafley. You guys I don't know if you guys truly appreciate or know what you got with that guy. He's special. Malik Willis, same category. That guy stayed prepared. He played a really good game outside of his fumble in overtime at the snap. That was his only mistake. LaFleur called a great game plan on the fly with him. I really have to just say to everyone who thinks that was a dirty hit on Love, you guys don't know football. Jordan Love lowered his helmet into the contact. Mm-hmm. By NFL rules, he could have been flagged for a penalty himself. Now, it's a bad hit. I wouldn't go that far to throw a flag on Love for doing that because he didn't really lower the crown. It was an unfortunate play. I hope he's okay. I certainly don't want him to miss any time. But that was a dogfight of a game, too. Uh-huh. So if it does go round 3 in the playoffs, I think we're going to get another one-score game, possibly another overtime game. Mm-hmm. I don't feel good about the win. As a Bears fan, I don't feel good. Mm-hmm. We were bad for 55 minutes. The Packers should have won that game. And as the commenter on YouTube said, it took a lot of stuff to go wrong for Green Bay for us to beat you. I don't feel good. Caleb Williams needs to put in the work in the offseason. He can make all the Mahomes-type Superman throws, great. But go be like Jared Goff for 90% of the game.
Yep.
And be 75% from the pocket, and then the other 10% you can be Mahomes. Great. I gotta laugh at Ricardo though for the last play. As well as the other couple callers said the last play was holding. Thank you guys for acknowledging that Nixon committed pass interference.
You're welcome.
Should have been offsetting penalties.
Yeah, it was.
But I'll leave you with this. I don't think it's going to be a rematch because I think Philadelphia is going to be the 2 seed again. Because I don't think the Bears are going to get it.
Yeah, you're right about that. Look, from a story, and thanks for the call, Josh, and we appreciate your rational, respectful, normal tone. First of all, I want Packers-Bears from a storytelling perspective. It was great to be back down there covering a game. I enjoyed that. But the one thing I would say that Josh said there that I would disagree with is that I don't think that Austin Booker's hit on Jordan Love was dirty. I do think by the letter of the law, it is roughing the passer. It is a helmet-to-helmet hit. I don't think it was anything close to Danny Trevathan. I said that it was the worst that I saw a quarterback take a hit for the Packers since Julius Peppers did that to his future teammate Aaron Rodgers in the NFC Championship game. I thought that one was dirtier than what we saw on Saturday night. I don't have a problem with Austin Booker. I know he had a roughing the passer penalty earlier in the game as well before that, so I understand why people are frustrated. But I didn't think that was anything close to egregious, and it definitely was not in the Danny Trevathan category.
I agree,
Ricardo.
and I know we got to get to another call, but one of the things I wanted to say that I had queued up, had Green Bay won like they should have, was I thought the Bears, they definitely took that loss personal at Lambeau. Mm-hmm. They came out all jacked up. They did not have – I didn't think they had their emotions in check early in that game.
I agree.
I thought they didn't carry themselves. I thought Green Bay handled a lot of that very well. It was kind of you have the young upstart coming at you, and I thought they were just wildly throwing punches, and I thought Green Bay really held its ground. I give the Bears credit. They did settle in, but you just kind of noticed that moment felt like they hadn't been there before.
Let's get to one
played out. I think that played itself out.
I think that's a great
half.
observation. I mean, they were sky high. There was no doubt about that.
Still feels that way. Yeah, with the cheese grater hats and everything they're wearing the day after. Yeah.
Well, I was more referring to the players, but like Tausch was.
Yeah,
but yeah, fans are that way too.
Mm-hmm. The players were. Maybe this was fake.
DJ Moore had a cheese grater on.
Yeah,
in the
he was
locker
wearing
room.
a cheese grater hat. And then I think I saw something on social media.
Is that actually great cheese or is that foam?
What do you think?
Well, I mean, if you're going to do it, do the bit.
You can't wear.
Get you some out and you have. You know what? No, have Caesar salad sitting there and everybody come up, get a little Parmigiano. Let him go around and make some Parmigiano on a Caesar salad.
Parmigiano.
No,
love a good Parmigiano.
Yeah.
Let's get another call in so we can stay on schedule.
Well, you're going to play the bit. Play the bit, man. Don't fake it. Go all in.
Let's talk to Dawn in Brookfield. Dawn, good morning. Your thoughts?
Good morning. Well, I'm a longtime listener through my husband. While he does the dishes, I listen to you. So I really appreciate your show.
Thank you.
And I'd like to say I've moved on to the next game because I think we were the better team in all three phases. And I think we'll be fine going on, especially if we get Love back. So my question is when is the league going to get serious about player safety? That
never.
Whether you call that a dirty hit or not a dirty hit, that's regardless, that doesn't matter. But there was a worse one in one of the other games that day where a receiver gave himself up and he got speared. You get ejected for 2 taunting penalties in a game. Really? I mean, when are they going to start really taking player safety seriously? Right now, I think they're just giving it lip service.
Truer words, in my opinion, have never been spoken, Don.
And here's when they're going to take it. This is when they're going to take it really seriously. When they add an 18th game and make it international. That's when they're going to take it seriously.
No, you're being facetious. You're being sarcastic.
No blank. Are you not on video today, right? I can't see you. I don't know if you can see me. Yeah, no. I'm facetious on facetious with some Parmigiano ripped up on the top of it. That's what I'm doing. Yeah.
It is her
I
point.
just want, and Jason, I hope you take in this, and I'm not putting this on you, but you are a media folk. And when this comes around and they're pushing on 18 games, this is where you need to stand in as media folks. That narrative can't just be, let's do it. This is going to happen, and it shouldn't, but it will. And I think all of us are kind of like, yeah, it's great because we'll end up with more. This is going to happen. They're going to get an 18th game, and you're seeing guys. I mean, it has become a minefield out there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a dangerous game. We all know what we sign up for, but we didn't sign up for 17. I guess we did. We didn't sign up for it. Well, I guess we're gonna. And so I appreciate Dawn's call. I appreciate people thinking about that. But we all know where this thing is and where it's headed.
Yep.
It's not player safety.
No, it's definitely not. And to her point, and I think Aaron Banks made this.
Jason, I don't want to give lip service to this, though, because years ago, Jordan Love would have kept playing.
True.
And that part of it, I give the league credit.
Good point.
Yep, okay, I want to make sure I'm not just going to sit here and bash and bash and bash.
Yep. Great point.
That's a caveat.
Yep. Very good job. Very good point. Because, yes, he would have stayed in the game.
Thanks, Jay.
Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers
man.
stays in that game. Aaron Rodgers stays in that game. They don't get him. He somehow convinces.
I mean, we saw it with Favre back in 2007, right? He came back in that Giants game, didn't even know what the hell was going on.
Yeah, they got at least they realized he'd snuck onto the field. But her point is a really good one about you get ejected for 2 taunting penalties. Like that, taunting is a major problem that you can get ejected for 2 of those, but the other types of penalties they don't accumulate to lead to an ejection. So she's right about that. Just like you're right about Tito's.
Indeed I am. Beautiful, fun weekend. Didn't bring the scarf up, but had the sweater on, had the Tito's cocktail in my hand at the party, and we needed one after the game after the tough loss, and Tito's it goes great with everything. Cranberry, ginger ale, Bloody Marys, whatever it might be, Tito's, they make great drinks, and they give back in a big way, partnering with nonprofits, doing real good out in the communities across the country, especially for our four-legged friends. So next time you're raising a glass, make it with Tito's handmade vodka, distilled and bottled by Fifth Generation Inc. in Austin, Texas, and it is crafted to be savored responsibly.
More of your calls next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, driven by Zimbrick Chevrolet in Sun Prairie on 100.5 ESPN. See their full inventory at ZimbrickChevrolet.com.
Mark Tauscher here for Pizza Hut. I've told you for a while about how much I've loved Pizza Hut since I was a kid, and it's especially great around the holidays. Now huddle up. The holidays just got a game changer. Pizza Hut's Triple Treat Box is back with 2 medium pizzas, breadsticks, and a dessert starting at $19.99. It's an easy way to feed the family and still be ready in time for kickoff. The Triple Treat Box, only at Pizza Hut. Order online at pizzahut.com or in the Pizza Hut app. Pizza Hut. Feed good times.
All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you. 844-770-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
This is Ricky, owner of Infinity Exteriors here in Madison. I've seen it too many times. Homeowners paying thousands too much for new windows. Big promises of premium installs that never deliver. Madison, you deserve better. At Infinity Exteriors, we're local experts for energy-efficient windows, roofing, and siding with transparent pricing and no gimmicks. Every project comes with a lifetime workmanship because we believe in doing it right. We're on a mission to save our communities from overpriced, unqualified window contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com, proud partner of your Madison Mallards.
Your Honda gets you everywhere. When it needs service, you need Zimbrick Honda service. Their customer service is second to none, and you can experience it for yourself at 2 convenient Madison service locations on Fish Hatchery Road and Grand Canyon Drive. From simple maintenance to expert repairs, Honda certified technicians handle it all. Stop in for an express oil change at Fish Hatchery Road on Saturdays. No appointment necessary. Part of the Madison community since 1973. Shop local. Shop Zimbrick Honda.
Looking to take your baseball game to the next level? GRB Academy provides year-round training programs designed around your schedule and your goals. For over 15 years, GRB has been Wisconsin's leader in player development and advancement with a state-of-the-art 52,000 square foot facility of elite baseball training space and coaches who know how to get results. From youth to high school, baseball players trust GRB to help them reach their next level. Training program spots are filling quickly, so don't wait. Register now at grbacademy.com.
The NBA is happening Christmas Day. 5 games, 1 unforgettable lineup. That's what Christmas is all about. Buckets for breakfast, breakaways for dessert. It's the holiday tradition. Christmas is our day. With star power from across the globe.
The stars, they are going to be out.
The best gift, you don't even have to unwrap it.
We want to say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year!
NBA Christmas Day begins at noon Eastern on ABC and ESPN.
Looking to buy your next home or ready to sell and move on to bigger and better things? What's up, Madison? It's Stacy from Bruner Realty. Don't be left out in the cold this season. Let's get housed. Nobody knows what the future holds. The longer you wait to find your next home, the better chance you'll be paying more for it than you would be today. Don't miss out on what could be the best opportunity to find your dream home. Contact our team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get started. That's BrunerRealtyInc.com. Let's get housed.
Join the Madison Money Guy, Christian Finfrock, for Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Get the information you need as you plan for retirement. That's Retirement Income Strategies, Saturday and Sunday mornings at 7. Investment advisory services offered through Retirement Income Strategies, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
ESPN Madison is on Wisconsin volleyball. Congratulations to Kelly Sheffield's program on another fantastic season. We look forward to 2026 for another year as your home for UW volleyball. 100.5 ESPN.
Tausch, before we get to more calls, tell us again about Coors Light.
Oh, whether you're tailgating pregame, enjoying your experience during the game, celebrating a big win after the game, or watching the Detroit Lions fall to Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers, Coors Light is made to chill, and it's brewed with that 3-step cold process, cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged. So it is made to chill. Celebrate responsible by Coors Brewing Company at Golden, Colorado.
All right, let's go to 3 more calls, then we'll wrap things up after that. Let's go to Mike, and his name is Rio, and he dances on the sand. I'm guessing that's Rio, Wisconsin, not Rio.
Royalty free.
I can sing it all I want. Mike, good morning. How you doing?
Good morning, guys. How are you?
We're great. We're big in Rio.
I got 2 comments. This number one, it was mentioned earlier that Bear Nation and their media and talking heads and whatnot are very happy today. Let's not mistaken relief for happiness. And I don't think Chicago wants to face Green Bay again. And I'll leave it at that. My main thing calling in was that there's something missing from this team. And whether it's Xavier McKinney dropping interceptions, whether it's Rashawn Gary running through a drill at Denver and starting to fight, whether it's Dobbs bobbling an onside kick, or whether it's Nixon either messing up on a coverage or just hitting more for no reason, there's a headspace issue with this team. And I'm not saying that we need to fire LaFleur or anything like that, but it does start with the coach. And there's some things that aren't there. Call it culture, call it attitude, whatever, that just doesn't exist. And I think that the best that this particular team at this point, unless something major changes, the best that this team can really ever expect is an occasional NFC North Division championship. The team seems to implode under the enormity of the moment. So I'll let you guys go and have a good day.
We appreciate the call. Do you feel that way?
No, I don't. I understand. Listen, man, we are scorned. We've had some brutal losses since 2011, like brutal. Mm-hmm. So I'm not going to tell, oh boy, he's crazy. He feels that way. That's the way he feels. We've blown games that we shouldn't. But I just look around, and there are teams. Obviously, the Chiefs have won a bunch of championships. It's really hard to win. Mm-hmm. And the Green Bay Packers keep putting themselves in position. But there is, don't take my word for it. Ask Brian Gutekunst. He told you after last season. It ain't good enough. There needs to be more urgency. There has been more urgency, and it's, I don't think this season's going to end in a Super Bowl championship. But I certainly am not going to write off the fact that we get in the playoffs. Anything can happen. And by the way, you can get hot. And I think we're going to have the second best quarterback in the entire conference playing. And when you have that, I saw where we went into a hot Atlanta dome on a Saturday night, and a quarterback just diced him up. Mm-hmm. Crazy things can happen. So I'm not going to just say, well, it's just not our year. Injuries tell me that it's probably not, but I'm certainly not going to just punt on the rest of this season because we lost to the Bears. Nah. No, this NFC is wide blank and open. If we got to that 2 seed, I was very convinced we'd be in a great spot. I'm not going to be as convinced in the 7th spot. I'm certainly going to watch and enjoy the heck out of it. And crazy stuff happens, man. Let's just let it ride out and see how it goes. I'm not going to be Debbie Downer and think that this thing's dead.
Let's get to another call. 844-770-3776. That is always the carbless talk and text line. Less is more. Let's get to Ben in Sun Prairie. Ben, thanks for holding on. What do you got, bud?
Hey, yeah, I was actually going to call in, but I was listening to some of the other callers, and I feel like they should have to follow another team for just a couple of years at the same way they follow the Packers, because the problems that you run into, it's a salary cap league. Everybody's got problems. I mean, you see the Chiefs and the Eagles going on these runs. I mean, these are big outliers. Like salary caps are designed to be hard. Like they're supposed to keep all these teams even. And the guy talking about the draft picks where they're not hitting Pro Bowlers and stuff like that. It's like, what's the average NFL career is about like 3 years or something like that. Like you're not going to hit on all those picks. And if you follow another team, you see that. It's not like all these other teams are out there hitting on every pick, And I noticed conveniently, Adrian Cooper, Evan Williams, Tucker Kraft, they all got left out of the conversation because those are the hits. Those are the ones that are getting rid of that point. But I just think it's a very difficult league to continually be good at, and we've been very blessed to have literally decades of success. Like we're breaking that system of you're supposed to have to get to the peak and then you have to go way down again to start over. And we're breaking that system. And I just think that you start watching other teams and they've got maybe not the exact same problem, but they've got just as many as, if not more, problems.
Yeah, look, it's hard to win in the NFL. You're exactly right. And thanks for the call. Because look, I think Ben hits on something that, look, I'm not saying that you have to accept disappointment and say, "Oh, it's okay. Oh, well, we had a good season." I'm not saying you have to do that.
I kind of like this new baby voice, Wilde. This might be a new segment.
Baby voice, Wilde. Good job, good effort, yeah. You have every right to be pissed off that they made that as many mistakes as they did. But I go back to the narrative that I was presenting earlier. I don't know if I can think of a game other than the 2014 NFC Championship game where I have to say, God, they were so good until they weren't. Romeo, Malik, the defense, all those things were good until they weren't. I mean, look, they were bad in the red zone. You lost the game because Romeo didn't field the onside kick. You lost the game because you blew the coverage on the game-tying touchdown. You lost the game because you gave up the game-winning touchdown. But when you really lost the game? When you were inside the 20 and I think inside the 10 on at least 4 of those 5 red zone visits, and you got 3 field goals, a fumble, and a 4th down failure. You can't go. Good teams can't go 0 for 5 in the red zone. And by the way, they're 1 for 9 in their last 2 games. That's how you lose. Let's get to that last call. Jesse, I don't know where this place is. And you didn't give me any sort of pronunciation on it. Boomer is in some ass Asseltane.
No, that's not it. I can tell you exactly where this is because this is right outside of
Athelstane.
This is right outside of Crivets where we go up north all the time. Athelstane. I just choked on it. Athelstane is the name of the city.
You spelled it A-N-E. How is
That's how they spell it. It's pronounced too. We just had Rio. That's not supposed to be said the way it looks.
Yeah, but I know that one. I don't know where Asselthene is.
No, Athelstane. Athelstane.
Hello, Boomer. How are you?
Good. How are you guys?
We're good. What do you got,
Thanks
buddy?
for taking my call.
You got it.
Thanks for taking my call. First-time caller. Someone already touched on it, but I think throughout the season, Dobbs has probably been our most steady receiver. And I'm just not a big fan of having him on special teams with all the concussions he's had. If he goes out, it loses another weapon for Love to throw to. And my other point is the fourth down in the first quarter that we tried and failed. In a big game on the road, is it not better to take the points? And especially if you're going to throw on 4th and 1, why don't we let the big boys pave the way for Jacobs or Wilson to get that 1 yard?
So I'm so glad you brought this up because I would say that I was thinking this in the moment and then I forgot about it. Awesome to bring that up, Boomer. We appreciate the call. And call again, and next time I'll try and pronounce your town
See
right.
you at Lakeside, Boomer.
Tausch, Mike McCarthy.
Heck yeah, it's meat raffle season.
Mike McCarthy was roundly criticized in that NFC Championship game for settling for field goals and not going for it on 4th down in Seattle, right? That was in a different era where 4th down going for it, it was a much more conservative era. Matt LaFleur decides to go for it there. Did you second guess it in real time? Did you second guess it at all after the fact? Or did you think 4th and 1 going for it on that opening drive was the right decision? Because that gets totally lost in the shuffle of everything else that happened.
Yeah, I don't mind it. He's aggressive. He's wanting to be more aggressive. That's what he's doing. Again, I didn't have a problem with McCarthy back then because their game plan was they were going to stifle Russell Wilson and they were going to score points. That's what they did, and the amount of things that had to go the way they did for Green Bay to lose that game is still crazy.
Right.
In this game, when you start factoring wind and everything else in, and if you believe that your defense was going to have a day like they did until they didn't, you take the points.
Yeah.
So if it's 4th and 1, I don't have a problem. If it's 4th and 3, I don't want to just sit here and just go because that's what analytics. I want points. That's how you win games.
Yep.
So 4th and 1 is different. That is the new policy. That is what Matt LaFleur is doing, and I'm great with it. But then execute. And if you don't execute, that's how you're going to get beat. And that is indeed part of that process and how the Bears ended up, the anatomy of that comeback.
Tausch, tell us one last time, because we're into the final days here, about you and Sarah and AmFam.
I will indeed. We're getting close. Sarah and I, we have teamed up with American Family Insurance to raise funds towards the American Family Children's Hospital, again, through a virtual toy drive. All donations go towards therapeutic supplies and toys that help thousands of kids and families across the country. And American Family Insurance matches every dollar all the way up to $50,000 through the end of the year. And we are close. If you have it in you, go to amfamkids.org to help donate today.
We'll wrap things up next. It's Wilde and Tausch.
This is Wilde and Tausch, brought to you by Grassland Butter. Grassland Dairy is Wisconsin. Learn more at grasslandbutter.com.
Mark Tauscher here to tell you a little bit more about Everlight Solar. We all know that electricity costs are on the rise. That's why you need to talk to my friends over at Everlight Solar. Their local team here in Madison is here to keep it simple. From your no-cost consultation to solar panel installation, the team at Everlight Solar will be with you every step of the way. Not only will they help you save money, but by switching to solar, you're also helping save the planet. Everlight Solar, a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Check them out at everlightsolar.com.
Rah. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin present your Badger Minute. Here's Pablo Iglesias.
This Badger Minute is brought to you by Bruner Realty, providing excellent real estate and property management services in the Madison area for over 30 years. Contact their team at BrunerRealtyInc.com to get housed today.
Last week, Wisconsin Athletics announced a new NIL entity, Badger Athlete Partners. Jim Rutledge of the Jump Around wonders if it's too little, too late for UW.
You can't be dead last in adding something that is rudimentary in the NIL thing. I'm glad the Badgers are doing it, and I hope this isn't too little, too late for the Mac and Fickle era, but what in God's name were we doing the last few years?
Catch the Jump Around Thursdays at 12:30, streaming live on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Add windows and doors to your Christmas list with 0% interest for 24 months. If you're not getting windows from Santa, visit PellaWI.com today.
I knew that we were going to be getting engaged soon and needed to do some ring shopping. Heard the radio ads of Chalmers and decided, hey, we should give it a shot at Chalmers.
They were just awesome at accepting us through the door and understanding what she wanted in terms of how she wanted it, and they delivered.
Everybody always is telling me how sparkly my ring is. They tell me that they really like the style of the ring and the setting that it's in. I am ecstatic with it.
Thank you, Chalmers.
What's better than cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand? Cheering for the Packers with an ice-cold beer in your hand that you got for 10% off. And when you get Packers checking from Associated Bank, you get even more. Like 10% off food and 10% off drinks on game day. Like that ice-cold beer in your hand. Plus 15% off Pro Shop gear. Only with Packers checking. Associated Bank. Bank of the Packers. Learn more at associatedbank.com/Packers. Member FDIC.
At Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction, you won't have to worry about your old lawnmower pulling a hamstring. They make buying and selling easy. Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction is simple, reliable, and unlike your fantasy team this football season, they'll actually deliver. Have equipment taking up space? Let them be your surplus solution. You send it in, they list it, people bid, and you actually win. Bid, buy, sell, and score big today at WisconsinSurplus.com. Because winning isn't just for game day. WisconsinSurplus.com.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Tito's Handmade Vodka is America's favorite vodka for a reason. From the first legal distillery in Texas, Tito's is 6 times distilled till it's just right, and naturally gluten-free, making it a high-quality spirit that mixes with just about anything, from the smoothest martinis to the best Bloody Marys. Tito's is known for giving back, teaming up with nonprofits to serve its communities and do good for dogs. Make your next cocktail with Tito's. Distilled and bottled by 5th Generation Inc., Austin, Texas. 40% alcohol by volume. Savor responsibly.
We're on the Badgers.
There's no clarity. The clarity would come if Luke Fickell took another job.
Because we're on Wisconsin Sports.
I have no idea what direction is going in. I have no faith in what direction it's going in.
This is 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Sorry, Rich Eisen, we're late. Thanks to all the great calls. We'll do it again tomorrow. Tausch, you were phenomenal. We never got to talk about your Professor Patches. Sorry, buddy. We'll do it tomorrow. Have a great day, everybody. Take care. Be good.
Miss any of today's episode of Wilde and Tausch, presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin? Commercial-free full